live.
You live?
Yep.
Folks, welcome into another edition of Hockey Night in Scottsdale, brought to you by Rob Gucci, a.k.a. the Daddy, and your boy, Jay Squish. Live from Sunrise, Florida tonight, we have the visiting Dallas Stars taking on the home team, the Florida Panthers. Bob Gucci, how we doing, fella? I know you said you're a little stung today, but you're doing it for the people who are here. It's Wednesday. It's hockey night. Let's rock and roll, fella.
Dude, I got so pickled last night, like out of nowhere. It was just one of those Tuesdays where just getting along well with the bartender and everyone's having a good time. And the next thing you know, it's fucking 3 a.m.
Next thing you know, you've had 9 espresso martinis and a couple Irish coffees. Did you have an Irish or an espresso last night, fella, while you were massaging it down in Old Town?
I had like 6 glasses of wine and then a couple espresso martinis and then a couple shots that were just being given to me. But yeah, I don't feel good, but at the end of the day, business is business. It's all in your head. So now we're here watching the Dallas and Florida game, which I actually wish. I can't believe we're doing a Dallas and Florida game, but here we are.
Yeah, it was a national TV game, and Rob, like you said, you had to leave the keys in Old Town as a 31-year-old. You made a responsible decision. Folks, don't stick handle. Leave the keys, go pick up the car. But we are here now, live from North Scottsdale on the couch. I got the full suit on, Bob Gucci, the half Windsor. But yeah, we got a nice little game here, a Sun Belt special, I would say. We have the Dallas Stars visiting, well, the Florida Panthers. It's an interesting game here we have, Rob, because the Central Division team and an Eastern Conference team, I don't know, a little bit maybe of a different matchup than we like to tend to do. We were thinking about Patty Kane if he was going to make his debut last night in the Rust Belt, his hometown Buffalo. But I think this should be a good matchup. Dallas playing well this year, and Florida, obviously a team that made the Cup final last year here, Rob. So let's have Matthew Tkachuk do something criminal, and let's really get into this thing.
Yeah, and, everyone's telling me my mic is echoing. It's so fucking annoying. I don't know how to fix it. If anyone has help, let me know. I don't know what the fuck to do. I just really don't anymore. So I guess we're just going to have to deal with it. I don't know what the fuck to do anymore. I'm not an audio guy. I'm an idiot. I was a film major. I barely made it through Arizona State University. I don't know what to do about the mic echoing.
Folks, stay with us. We'll try to figure out that mic issue. But right now we have 0-0. If you're following along, 16:32 right now in the first frame and counting. So if you're following along, watching the game with us, we appreciate you. Folks, as always, tuning into Hockey Night in Scottsdale as Tyler Seguin makes a nice little lateral play at his own line. Rob, the game so far, I honestly haven't really watched a whole lot, but it looks like Dallas is buzzing early. I like this Mason Marchment game, a kid I played with in Toronto in the jungle. He's turned himself into a legit NHLer, a guy that spent time actually in Florida. He's having a good start to his campaign in Dallas.
Yeah, Swish, I'm going to try to figure out. Everyone's saying my mic is so brutal, so I'm just going to try to figure this out. I'm not texting. I'm trying to figure things out here. Sounds good to me.
Folks, we're trying to figure out that mic situation. 15:58 as they show a little feature on Jake Ottinger, a great goalie, spent time in the college hockey circuit, and has made his way through the American Hockey League, now to the National League, a legit number one. A goalie I think you can win with in terms of going deep in the playoffs. Now, the Western Conference is really top-heavy, but, hey, a team like Dallas, you never know. You get to the playoffs, you make a little noise, you have a hot goaltender, and things kind of just unravel. So, as you know, in playoff hockey, folks, anything can happen as they show Sergei Bobrovsky adjusting his mask. If you're following along, just under 16 minutes left to go in the first frame. I am in full gear. I have my fight strap on, tape. Skates feel good. I haven't put my full gear on, Rob, in over a year, but the times I have, it's been on the couch with you.
Yeah, it looks good. I think you got the All-Star game jersey going for you. I'm just we got welcoming everybody on Twitter. Trying to figure it out here with my microphone. It makes no sense. Expensive mic. I'm really pissed off, Switch, but we're just going to keep battling through this fucking game. Florida no shots on net here. Both of these teams recently are kind of been up and down, win loss. So we're gonna see what happens here. I was just gonna say, someone tweeted at me about the school shooting. I don't know what to say to that. I mean, it's just another day in America, Swish.
Just another day in America, and you hope everyone's okay. I don't know what you do to figure that out, but that is above our pay grade as we're just two middle-aged assholes sitting on the couch here, folks, watching hockey with you. Kenny Elbert on the call, but most importantly, Bob Gucci and Swish. Oh! That was a hell of a shot. Number 17, Evan Rodriguez. Wow. A journeyman of the league, former Boston University Terrier, Rob. That was a great shot.
Swift, one time an NHL player that I can't talk about goes, Evan Rodriguez is in the league? And I go, yeah. And he goes, no one's afraid of Evan Rodriguez. And the next thing you know, he's having a good year, man. Like
he was good in Colorado. Before that, he was in Pittsburgh. He's kind of bounced all around. He started his career in Buffalo. He played on a line that featured Jack Eichel in college with the Boston University Terriers. He had like one good year there. He had like 65 points playing alongside Eichel. But you can see what he can do. He has an amazing wrist shot. He can turn it over, snap it home. So great shot there by Erod, a guy I actually grew up playing against. He played in the greater Toronto area, played for a number of teams there. I think this guy's just always been with his suitcase, right? Like he's a guy that likes to fly Southwest because the bags are free.
Flying Southwest is terrible, dude. It's just like you pay for an upgrade to get to the business class. And then by the time you're in your seat 40 minutes, and then all the people come, and they're all usually the scrubs, and they sit in the middle, and they're rubbing their leg up against you. I can't stand Southwest. This episode is not brought to you by Southwest Airlines.
Yeah, we'd always used to fly Southwest in the jungle. It'll be hilarious because you'd be like C-52 just breathing fire on some poor kid as you board a plane to San Antonio, Texas. But anyways, folks, if you're following along, 14:35, we are watching the Florida Panthers at home versus the Dallas Stars. The Lone Star State versus Sunshine State tonight. A couple shady places, but hey, we're sweating it out on the couch, full gear over here. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, a little bit of a turnover. We will take our first questions from you, the people. I believe the first TV timeout, as always, is around the 13-minute marker. So, folks, get at us in the chat. Ask us anything. Bob Gucci, a little half stung, but he's playing through it because he's a goddamn professional over here.
Yeah, you know what? I really wouldn't even be in a bad mood. It's just when people say this mic shit switch, I can't get it out of my head. I mean, we need to battle for this, but when everyone's like, oh, your mic is bad, your mic's echoing, it just pisses me off. So I wish people just wouldn't say anything. Ignorance is bliss. It's like your wife's cheating on you. You just don't want to know. You just don't want to know.
No, don't tell me what you're doing. Like, don't let me take that early flight home from San Diego and find out you're getting double teamed like a goddamn magic show. Just keep it to yourself. Go play a road game.
Yeah, I don't want to know what you're doing with your catcher's mitt when I'm not home. When I'm working in the office and I'm suited up, I got my briefcase, I'm working on the Penske files, and I don't want to know what you're doing with your mitt. Ignorance is bliss, so please, nobody talk to me about the goddamn microphone. I know it's bad, and it is what it is, baby.
It is what it is. Folks, if you're following along, we are at the 13-14-minute marker. Been a pretty even keel game thus far in the Sunshine State, live from Sunrise, Florida, but more importantly, live from the couch here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Tyler Seguin is a guy that has played a lot of hockey, Rob. And honestly, I haven't, he had an okay playoff last year, but this is a guy that, I mean, for making 9 and a hook, and you credit all the boys for making their sheets, but he's a guy that if Dallas is going to make some noise come April, he's a guy that you really need to keen on and have him play well. Otherwise, that's a lot of cap space, as you know, in Gary's NHL.
Shout out to Mike Grinelli, who actually just texted me, and he said, use Schmaltz's mic, place it in the middle, turn the gain up. His mic is picking up your audio. That's what's going on. According to an absolute veteran editor, producer.
Put it in the middle?
Yeah, that's what he said. This guy, and he knows what he's talking about. That's why I'm sitting here like rattled. Like, I don't know what to do. That's what he said to do.
So if we put it down.
What about this? Is that how, can people hear us if we're just like this?
Folks, can you hear us like this? Is it okay?
Hold on, let me turn off my mic to app. Folks, can you hear us like this? That'll be sick.
Can you hear the mics? Let us know.
No
way.
We don't even need to do this.
I kind of like holding the mic.
Me too.
Folks, I think it's okay if we're good like this. Gustav Forsling brings it over his own line, and okay, we'll run it like this. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Actually been a pretty good addition for the Florida Panthers, coming over from Vancouver, getting bought out and, getting his sheet. And, they had those injuries early with Montour and Ekblad. He stepped up on the number 1 power play, and to boot, he's looked pretty good.
I want to know what this sounds like. Hold on. So we're...
Folks, I think it's...
Holy shit, it's so clear.
Brings it over his own line. Wow, here we go. Okay, we'll run like this. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He's been a pretty good addition. It's actually, it's good. Okay.
For 6 weeks, we're doing 2 mics. It's fucking echoing the whole time, and we don't.
It's kind of nice to hold the mic, though.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still gonna hold mine, even though it's not.
Yeah, I might just have to hold my stick here. Alrighty, we're gonna run it like this. As I feel naked. It's like wearing it's like kind of wearing a condom for the first time.
You want to hold my mic?
I don't know. Do you want a mic or no?
Yeah, but I don't care.
All right.
You hold that, and then I'll hold.
Like a beer bottle?
You can hold this plant.
Yeah.
No, that's.
I mean, if you want your mic, that's all good.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't.
Alrighty, folks. I think we solved the issue after 6 weeks. Shout out to the Spit and Chicklets guru producer Mike Grinelli for helping us out.
Shout out to Mikey
Furta, thanks for helping us, brother.
Bro, thank you, Grinelli, if you're still in here, because I'm so fucking in the bag right now that like it really like discouraged me. But now we're back.
Yeah, we're back. And like I said, it's like when your first time wearing a condom again, because normally you don't wear one. So anyways, folks, if you're following along, 10-14 to play here in the first frame. The shots right now, the Dallas Stars lead the Florida Panthers 6-2. But Florida with that nice little snipe, little twisted wrister from Evan Rodriguez, just over right about the top of the circles as he snapped that one home high and hard over Ottinger. So, Bob, just under 10 to play. Have you watched any of the game, honestly?
I haven't seen a second.
I know you got the hung vision going. You might need a pair of shades, but I got the fast shades going right now, and my vision feels elite. We got a penalty coming up, actually a delayed offside. Mind you, that's a linesman. Miro Heiskanen sends it over to longtime NHLer, Ryan Suter, plays it up the wall to Craig Smith. Two Madison, Wisconsin natives, both played at the University of Wisconsin. Smitty still getting it done as a 33, 34-year-old veteran. Good chin, works his ass off, loves the fan bike, the assault bike that is in the summer. He's just a wild man. So good to see him still in the National Hockey League. He's at probably 5, 6, 7, 20-goal years. Anyways, Bob, back to you.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched a single second of this hockey game. I'm just thinking about how mad I was getting here. The traffic is so bad on Scottsdale Road. Everybody's angry. I'm surprised that more people don't get shot directly in the head on that street from road rage.
Road rage.
Arizona is a cool open carry state. You can just have a tool on you, and if you get mad, you could shoot somebody.
You could have a crowbar in your Camaro, or you could have just 12 gauge sitting right there. But yeah, Scottsdale Road. But Rob, the traffic ain't bad in all sense, right? So as we're talking like we're Channel 5 News over here. Oh, is that Dutchie? How about Duchesne? Brings his 6-string everywhere he goes. He's always just tickling it.
Yeah, I heard that when he was in Nashville. I actually did hear this, that he wanted paperwork for them to sign his actual guitar. He wasn't going to join the team unless the guitar was signed to a contract as well. Right.
That's how attached he is to his 6-string. Like, he is his guitar. That's Dutchie.
He could be whacking his chick, and the guitar is in the bed. And I respect the hell out of it.
Like, he takes nude pics with his guitar. Like that.
I would definitely do that if I was a country guy.
Oh, yeah, you have to. Just you and your 6-string and your wrench.
That would be so sick.
All goofed up on Viagra. Oh, my God. I love Sam Bennett's game, man. He's just a bulldog. Like, talk about a bull in a china shop. Just, oh, man. Yeah, he takes everything hard. He knows how to take a guy's chin off, too. Remember that hit last year in the playoffs with Slavin when he knocked him out of the game? Like, he plays heavy.
Yeah, Sam Bennett, you look at him and he gives you those like serial killer energies,
Yes.
And not a sneaky one. He has that.
Verswag.
Oh!
Carter Verhaeghe's one of those guys, too, that spent time in Tampa Bay. Before that was with the Islanders. Never really got a shake. Comes over to Tampa, and he just seems to talk.
No, he's a goal. He's turning. Listen, if you look at his stats in the jungle, it's not like he was putting up like 40, but he was national last year. I think he had 42.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Verswag, a guy that they really miss, though, is a guy like Radko Gudas, who literally tucks his chin and buries people. Folks, we're at our first commercial break. The Goo Daddy, now snapping at Newport Beach. Folks, we are at our first intermission break here, live from the couch, Hockey Night Scottsdale. Ask us anything. Ask us what Bob Gucci did last night. He got absolutely mangled in Old Town. So, folks, ask us anything in the chat. Get at us, chirp us, whatever you're doing. Where are we drinking from? Where are you tapping in from? Where are you from?
How big of a difference is it going from the AHL to the NHL? Do you have to change your game at all playing in the National? That one comes in from Biff Tannen 4.
Yeah, I would say it's like staying at the Westin versus the Four Seasons. You just notice a difference. It's only 1-star difference, but the seasons is just so much nicer.
The chicks are a little hotter.
The chicks are way hotter. The service is way better.
Chicks are hornier.
You got the Private Bird versus the Southwest Airlines. I'd say the biggest difference between the NHL and the AHL honestly starts off the ice of just how well you get treated. But the level of play, yes, it is. A lot of guys can play in the AHL and the American Hockey League, and they don't hack in the NHL. So it is quite the jump. And, if you can do it, well, you're a hell of a player.
Yeah, it's kind of cool how in the AHL, actually in the A, you flow Southwest. That's how you guys fly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, any way you can. It's like a 6 a.m. bird out of Austin, Texas on Southwest.
That's exactly why I would never want to play pro hockey.
And you're in your full suit and you're sweating harder than you are right now. And you're probably going to a city like Des Moines and you got to find a bar just to stop shaking and have a couple Bloody Marys before you go play the Des Moines fucking Wild, the next day.
Yeah.
Go to Dash 5 and then go to Rockford after that on a bus. That takes 9 hours to get to.
Go Dash 5.
Yeah. Oh,
get drunk, repeat. Just playing pro hockey, getting drunk.
Just getting drunk and repeat. I mean, that's the life of the miners, especially the way I came up, just the vets in there. So tapping in from Boston, folks, Newfoundland, Canada, The Rock. I love that. Are you at Kelly's Bar, fella? One of my favorites on The Rock. Man, what a spot. Live music. Actually, good trim, too. Sneaky amount of blondes, and they're all just so horny.
Blondes are so horny.
And Canadian blondes, too.
Canadian blondes just want to put something in there. All right. Anyway, back to the game. We're at the 7:28 mark in the period. If you're following along with us on TNT. And Swish, I still haven't watched a second of this hockey game. I really apologize for my
I'm getting dialed in over here. That's okay. You're going to find your stride. But Florida, the last 7-8 minutes has really taken it to Dallas. Ottinger looks square to the puck, looks really good in there. Folks, keep asking us questions in the chat, where you're tapping in from. I believe we have another little TV timeout here because there was a lot of action there with not a lot of stoppage of play. So let's take a few more questions here.
Questions in the chat. Where you guys watching from? Who's watching the game with us? Heater is just like a scum that mugs you after a beer league. That's so true. What's up, sluts? Tapping in from Boston, tapping in from Newfoundland. Love the show. Thank you. Love that you watch. Thoughts on Galchenyuk ripping up the KHL? We'll get right back to that as we have puck drop.
Jamie Benn's tape job is so fertile. I mean, just in the middle of his blade, 2 strands. Like, you have a set of mitts and can throw both ways. He goes less than the old Danny Heatley tape job. Anytime I got a chance to play against that guy, I was like, how does this guy even massage the pill with no tape on his blade? Like, he's actually so nasty.
And not to mention, he goes no visor.
Oh, the best.
Like, what an absolute.
Sickest style. Always had a sick beard, got the beard oil in. Just a guy that, you could probably get bottled at by at a biker bar. You know what I mean? He just has that look to him. He's like, I'm probably a criminal off the ice a little bit too. So, folks, anyways, back to the action. Dmitry Kulikov sends an absolute in-and-out burger up the wall, gets it back. Oh, that's 2 pizzas there for Kulikov. Stay hot, fella. One more for the turkey. Oh my God. Oh my God. Who was that?
Who is that?
Radek Faksa. Oh my God. That guy's been in the league ever since he got drafted the same year as I did, Rob.
He's like 98 years old.
He's only 29 and he looks like he's 45. I mean, he's been in that organization for 10 years.
He's the youngest looking 45. He's the oldest looking 45-year-old I know.
That was an absolute piss missile.
Look at that little pass, though.
That was so jarring.
Pass?
Oh, yeah. What a Sammy Steele, great play. Came over from Anaheim and Minnesota. But, oh, my God, did he cock that thing. He was tickling the ceiling. Like, if that missed the net, that was right at Craig Smith's head.
Yeah.
Kulikov, tough shift, 3 pizzas, 3 for 1. It's like Joseph A. Bank back in the day. You get 3 suits for the price of 1.
Yeah, talk about 2 medium pizzas for $8.99 at Domino's. And guess what? If you're lucky, they'll spit on it, too.
Folks, it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. So 1-1 right now.
It's delivery, you stupid bitch. It's DiGiorno.
It's DiGiorno.
Everybody knows that.
It's like
I'm still drunk.
Yeah, it's like you the other weekend when instead of ordering a frozen pizza from your Uber driver. But, folks, we'll talk about that later as we get to the intermission. Right now, Dallas, Florida, live from the Sunrise State. It is 1-1.
Mikola. That's what I think about when I hear that.
Exactly. Oh, man, he's just a big Finnish idiot, too.
He's so big. He's like 6'8". That's why the Rangers signed him last year.
And he talks like he's got about 2 pounds of peanut butter on the top of his mouth. I'm Nico Mika.
I'm Kenny Albert. I have a bunch of peanut butter in my mouth.
Yes, he's like Albert, but more Finnish accents. It's actually crazy. He's from Oulu, Finland, which is basically the North Pole. So I don't think they'd speak up there, let alone see the sun. Lomberg throwing both ways. Talk about a criminal on skates. He's a guy that should be in a biker gang. Smitty does not want a piece of Lomberg. Do not do that, Smitty. Looks like we're going Montour to the sin bin.
Montour pisses me off. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, he's a good player, though, man.
He's so nasty, dude. Maybe that's why.
Imagine they moved this team to Miami, how much better it would be. Like, they're in Sunrise, Florida. Like, even if they were in Lickerdale on the ocean.
Oh, dude, I would move.
We got to get there for a game.
I'm going there New Year's, dude. I can't wait.
I thought you were going to NYC.
No, I'm going to NYC for Christmas and then ripping down to Florida for New Year's because my cousin, shout out to my cousin, just had a baby.
Okay.
I'm going to go meet that stupid little baby and then put down like 6 bottles of wine with the guy that my aunt dates, who's actually a huge beauty. So,
good chin?
Yeah, so what we do, good chin, throws both. What we do is what we did last time is we just kept drinking wine and watching college ball and just talking about tits, talking about ass.
How
you know,
good
just
is
guy
that?
stuff.
What do you think is better, a nice set or a good outhouse on a girl?
I prefer a caboose. Like I don't,
Yeah.
big tits are cool, but we're gonna take it to the chat now. All right, someone's tapping in from. All right, thoughts on Galchenyuk ripping up the KHL? It's not the only thing he's ripping up. He's ripping up police officers' family members. Tapping in from Saskatchewan. What do we think of the Hughes Bowl, Swish?
Hughes Bowl is awesome. I mean, I know people are going to say, like, oh, are they, like the hardos will be like, why did they get a pitcher before the game? It's like, dude, you're three of some of the best players in the National Hockey League, at least two of them, and Luke is coming on his way. I think that's unbelievable in terms of three brothers in the National Hockey League, one being arguably the best young player, the other being probably the second best defenseman in the entire league, and then Luke, finding his way as a rookie, just as long as Garnett Hathaway's not on the tracks and he gets absolutely bunnied every game. But he looks good. And, yeah, I mean, it's amazing, man. It's so cool.
Wait, people were mad that brothers took a photo together before the game?
I was seeing some tweets like, well, these guys should be focusing for the game. It's like, fellas,
are you kidding me?
Relax here.
Fucking go.
You got three of some of the best young players in the game. Like,
I mean, you have to kill yourself if that makes you mad. And I mean that with the most respect.
Like, are they selling Mr. Hughes' sperm online? Like, this guy is unbelievable. Pumping out three.
I'd buy it.
I would buy it, too, just to resell it. I mean, it's got to hold its value like a Hellcat.
Yeah, seriously. All right, we're tapping in from the gym. Schmaltzy, what's the best barn you've ever played in?
Vegas, 100%.
Ooh.
T-Mobile Arena.
Ooh, you played in there?
Yeah, twice.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable
Fucking
barn.
right.
Pete DeBoer's tie is awful tonight. Did he get that thing at
That is the
Did he
worst
get
tie.
is that from Foot Locker?
Oh my God, that is disgusting. Come on, Pete.
That literally looked like a skunk's tail.
That is
That was horrible.
worst. That's like a tie that your wife buys and you have to wear it because like you haven't ate her pussy a lot recently. Like,
Where did he get that at? DSW?
that is a tough tie.
That looked like straight out of the Banana Republic catalog. Oh my God. Pistol Pete. Try again, fella. You should never be in the National Hockey League coaching with that. Folks, keep chirping at us in the chat. We'll get you.
Oh, they are.
We have 5:25 remaining if you're following along. A little 4-on-4 here.
Somebody said I look like dust. Yeah, that's pretty much the way I look. I guess there's nothing I could do about it.
Sorry. Sorry for partying.
Sorry for. All right, it has Florida gets the Bucks, which I still haven't seen. Shout out to Tyler Sagan, who spiked a bottle out of my hand in a nightclub in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I usually don't like to get personal about this, but just a mean thing to do, Swish.
Not kind.
It was a bottle I bought.
Right.
And nothing personal against the guy, but fuck him. There was no reason to do that. And I'm still holding a grudge 10 years later. And I really don't care what anyone has to say. It's my right.
Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to have a good time. You got a bottle of 1942, and all of a sudden, you're getting stripped like you're in an NFL game.
What the fuck is that about?
Come on, man. I'm just trying to have a few, but yeah, sorry about the Christian twig. Folks, as we are in the game right now, just at the 5-minute mark, if you're following along, Nico Mikkola rips one, and that thing did not have an area code or an address on it because I believe it hit the top of the netting.
Someone said, I look like I just left court for my second DUI. Just going full Gordon Bound back. You know what sucks, Swish?
I don't look like Donnie Berger.
Yeah, like I look so bad.
You look like a young Rob Schneider.
Oh my God, that hurts.
That's a compliment. I think.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Right. I'll take it.
He's sober now, but things work out.
The next thing you know, I'm going to be coaching a Pee Wee hockey team here in Scottsdale, and I'm going to end up banging the star player's mom. If you make that into a movie.
Oh,
all right, back to the game. I'm going to get water.
Yeah, get some water. I'm going to.
So
Essa Lindell just plays a little burger along the wall as Sasha Barkov collects it right above the Jersey Mike sign, sends it over to Oliver Ekman Larson, who throws across the crease into the other corner. Picked up by, I believe, Nico Mikkola, sends it on the pad of Jake Ottinger, and almost a stoppage of play. Rope Hintz plays it back to Yanni Hakanpää as he collects it in the corner, picks his head up, kind of fumbles it. Oh my God, he's beating that thing up into a square as the puck gets down to the Florida end wall, and Bobrovsky plays it to OEL. OEL actually having a pretty good little year.
Yeah, he is.
Good for him, right? Like you hate to see a guy get bought out and then kind of have to resurrect his career. But if you're going to do it, man, I mean, the Elbow Room in Fort Lauderdale, they got a Moxie's there. We say Moxie's every show. Give us our deal.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah, he's looked good so far this year. It's early. But yeah, he looks good as Verswaggy, kind of high step in there, doing a little pumpernickel. You know, a guy that I miss is a guy like Anthony Duclair.
Oh yeah,
He was such a good Florida Panther, friends with Kodak Black.
He really was, man.
He was just like he was like he was dialed into that team. Like he loved the boys there.
Yeah, I love Anthony Duclair. I think he's such a nice guy. He's not like Tyler Seguin and spikes drinks out of my hand and
Look
clubs.
at that guy at the referee.
That is so Ferda.
That was
Holy
like us
shit.
at the game, mic'd up. Hey, when is that series going to come out, by the way? Folks, you're going to be on the lookout. We did a couple mic'd up series for the Phoenix Coyotes in partnership where me and Rob go to a game. We sit on the glass. We chop it up. Basically what we do on Hockey Night in Scottsdale. We have a couple chilly ones. Coors Light, cold as the Rockies, and they film us for basically a period, and they condense it down to about a minute of game film. So they're going to be releasing that. The one game we went to, I had a mullet wig on, mullet at mullet. Gucci was full suit and had the half shield on. So pretty funny shit. I can't wait for that to come out, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it comes out in the next 10 years. I keep asking them, I'm like, where the hell is our goddamn footage? And they just keep saying it's coming out. Where is our footage, dude? Don't make me go lawyer mode on your ass. Look, I'm already in the suit. I'll go to the front office right now. I'll put my ass cheeks right on the front glass until you send us the footage, Arizona Coyotes. Respectfully. Tell Schmaltz to tilt his visor higher.
Brother, I actually, what's his name? Comet Morehouse 69. Comet Morehouse 69. What's up, bro? You know what? I actually used to wear my visor like this because, believe it or not, I was one of those idiots that back when I was playing, and especially in the National, for my Cup of Joe, I wanted to be able to go no visor. But they had really grandfathered the rule in where if you didn't come in the league by 2012, 2013, pre-lockout, you had to wear the visor. So I would always have this thing cocked to the sky, head up the whole time. A guy like Kevin Hayes still does it. There's a few guys that still have that thing cocked. But, yeah, man, I never like to look through the window. It is what it is.
What kind of mic is that, Rob? Well, let me ask you something. How does our audio sound right now compared to all the times that we've been doing this? So shout out to Mike Rinelli who helped the boys out in Hockey Night Scottsdale with the microphones. I hope. Do we sound great? Let us know. Where are you guys checking in from as Lindell shoots the puck? That wasn't even him.
No. Folks, back to the game, 3:39 and counting, 4-on-4, coming to a close as Jamie Benn makes a nice little play to Miro Heiskanen, who gains the step. Tries to go garage door.
There.
Yeah, you got to go backhand, open up the garage door. He was looking river right through the
Easy
wickets.
for us to say. I mean, look, I'm an autistic guy sitting on a couch in a full suit. I'm sitting next to a guy wearing skates on the couch, but you got to go backhand there, Switch.
You got to open up the garage door, I like to call it. Get Bobrovsky moving, and then you can maybe slip it 5-0, especially being a lefty going across the crease. That stick is going to stay on that side, and there's room there usually as the goalie kind of lifts up into a butterfly. So, you know what? He's a defenseman. He's not a guy that's taking a lot of shootouts, Rob. But anyways, back to the action.
You got to put it backhand. It's like taking a chick in the front door, and you guys might whack, and you want to send her out the garage so your mom doesn't see.
Go right through the kitchen, straight out of Goodfellas. Go right to the back door through the kitchen. So, folks, again, back to the action. 2:44 to play. Shots right now are even, tied up at 10 aside. This has honestly been a pretty good game for a Sunshine Lone Star State battle. I actually really like it. I'm happy with it. Not the best crowd here in Sunrise tonight, but that is expected being a Wednesday in South Florida. Rob, there's just too many things to do in that neck of the woods.
I'll tell you this, though. I said it once. I'll say it again. I went to Florida for a game. Sharks at the Panthers. I was pleasantly surprised. Everybody's on some sort of PCP or heroin or coke. Everyone's really jumping and fidgety. The music's great. I really actually do like the vibe in there. So shout out to the people, the good people of Florida. I know a lot of you guys have possession of drugs charges on your record, but that's okay. You guys really rock the house down there, and I can't wait to be back.
I love Florida. As they say, Rob, I've said it before and I'll say it again, the state of Florida, a sunny place for some shady people. Ooh. If you want to do a little cheating, you want to do
cheat on your
Reinhardt.
That guy,
yes, he's got like 19 goals now. How many goals does this guy have?
He is a maniac. Evan Rodriguez is the best player in the National Hockey League.
Contract year 2.
I don't care what anyone says.
Contract year for this guy. What's he going to get? 7.5?
Rodrigo or
no,
Reinhardt?
Not Rodrigo,
Reinhardt.
but yeah.
Reinhardt.
I mean, dude, he's going to put up 40 goals.
7 and a hook.
7 and a heavy hook, I think, is for Reinhardt. Probably on a shorter term deal.
Look at that! What is Dallas doing? Like I said, I'm an idiot on the couch, but like they're all turned around backwards.
You just don't think that puck is going like that off the end wall right back to Papa. Like
that's
playing,
true.
Make it take it, right? Like how does that? I mean, they don't anticipate Sasha Barkov missing the net there and going right back to Reinhardt for an unbelievable apple, right? It was a bank play.
But even
Kevin
the touch
LeBanc.
passes before that
Yep.
were like really cute. So just an adorable play.
Right. You're right, though. I don't know. They were spinning like a top in their own end. Like, they got to be a little better. Yanni Hakanpää looked like he was on a merry-go-round. So, folks, again, 141 to play. This has actually been a really entertaining game. Get at us in the chat. We're going to go to intermission here in about 90 seconds. So we're going to have time to answer whatever you have as Oliver Ekman-Larsson collects a puck on his own goal line, sends it up the wall to his partner, Brendan Montour, as they collide by the Geico sign in a little bit of a battle.
This is really cool, man. We have 342 fucking people on Twitter, like steady.
That's awesome.
Like,
Yeah, folks, thank you for joining.
Thanks. Yeah. This is really cool and fun.
And we just signed the contract today, Rob, that we will talk about. I basically think we can make it official now. But we have some exciting news we want to drop, folks. So at the intermission, we'll tell you a little bit more about that. But the boys are hitting the road, and we are getting the fuck out there for the people. Just a couple idiots talking about the game and living life and just men of the people. So
I love going on the road, dude. Recently, I started figuring out that I'm kind of like a road guy. Like, I'm down to do that. But yeah, I can't wait for the announcement that we're going to announce when we're allowed to announce it. I think we can hint at it. I don't know, contractually with all the lawyers and the legal team and all the press people.
It's crazy that they have OJ's lawyer.
Yeah. Shout out to OJ Simpson, friend of the show. I love the fact that he was able to get away with. I don't like seeing people get murdered.
Right.
Usually, but the fact that OJ could be the player he is and then off the field get away with a little murder, it really makes you think.
How do you mentally block that out as we are closing in on the first frame right now?
He's got to be a huge beauty.
We have 10 seconds to play. Folks, the Florida Panthers leading right now 2-1. Shots 11-10. Honestly, a really tight match game. A lot of good pace here, especially in the Sunshine State. Folks, that is the end of the first. Sam Reinhart with the last goal. It is 2-1. Evan Rodrigo, as we like to call him over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale, and Reinhart on the board. And for your, Dallas Stars, Radek Faska, the pride of Czech Republic.
Coming out, I'm Kenny Albert. I'm going to eat your wife's pussy tonight. Back to you.
I got to get a pic here quick.
Okay. We're going to do a photo picture real quick. Guys, in the chat, tell us where you're checking in from. Any questions, comments, concerns, we'll answer it.
Gotta get the skates.
Oh, my God. That's how bad I look? Wait, hold on. All right. You guys think OJ did it? Yeah, absolutely. You know, he did it, but he got away with it, and that's just life. I mean, that's the game. You know, if you can get away with it, you got a good lawyer. He paid the money to get a good lawyer, and, you know, just a little homicide for the kid. But, you know, who's counting? Thoughts on Patrick Kane? Look, man, I'll tell you guys this. Hip resurfacing surgery, for those of you that don't know, is basically a hip replacement. And not a lot of people know that. I don't know what people know, but he basically is going to be skating on a new hip. And what they do is, because I was a biology major for 2 weeks, is they have this little round, it's like plastic, or I forget if they use metal or plastic, but it's round. And it goes like right up near your gooch, like right here.
Your Rob Gucci.
And it makes it like a new rotator cuff for your hip. It's basically like your old one had so much wear and tear, like your girl, and had to get a new one. So I don't know. I hope the best for him. He says he feels good, but I'm excited to watch him play. He's one of the best guys that have ever played the game. So
I really hope Showtime is as good as he says he is right now. He sounds positive. He sounds good to go. But a point I want to make, and not to be a Debbie Downer, is a guy like Nicholas Backstrom had the same surgery.
Yeah.
And there's been about 3 or 4 players that have tried to come back from this, and it's been unsuccessful. Just that hip resurfacing surgery is so hard. They literally shave your bone down.
It's weird, though.
And
think about skating on a new hip.
I know.
You know?
And he was a guy, even last season, he came out and said this. He's like, I was basically playing on one leg. So
you want me to play on one leg?
I'll play
on one leg.
That was unbelievable. Shout out to Herbie Brooks. Herbie Ferda Brooks.
All right,
just riling up the troops. Folks, so I hope Showtime will be all right. If he can even be 80% of who he is, maybe not 100-point Showtime, but he comes in, he plays 55, 60-odd games, and he puts up 45 to 50 points, especially playing alongside a guy like DeBrincat. Well, it's only good news for Detroit. So tip of the cap to Showtime making his debut tomorrow against the San Jose Sharks.
Yeah, somebody in the chat just said they shaved down the old ball joint and cap it with metal and put him back in. It's so crazy, dude.
Dave Omeister had it. All these guys had it, man.
What? But he did it end his career? No.
He came back and played, but it took him like 4 or 5 months to get back. And then remember he had the cardiac arrest. And almost had a jammer on the bench. And
little heart attack for the kid.
So, but Backstrom going through the same thing. A guy like I think Ed Jovanowski had it at the end of his career. There's a lot of guys that have had it, and it's just I think it's tough, man. But I think if anyone can do it, it's Showtime.
Yeah.
You know, he takes care of himself that well. So I'm hoping for the best because I love that guy.
Yeah. Swish, give us the play-by-play on the nastiest goal you've ever scored at any level.
Nastiest goal I've ever scored at any level. I would say it was probably an American Hockey League game in the playoffs. I was doing this circuits between going up. I played game 1 in the NHL, and I go down and play in the American Hockey League. So I'd be getting sent back up and down every other day between the NHL and the AHL. I only played game 1 in the NHL playoffs. Then I was a healthy scratch, but I go down to the jungle. So anyways, I show up 2 hours before a game. I land in O'Hare playing for the Chicago Wolves. We're playing the Charlotte Checkers in the first round, and it goes to OT, and I'm absolutely bagged because I'm boozing on the road, like during the NHL playoffs, coming back, playing jungle games. But I ended up tying this game up to go to OT. I went 1-on-5 coast to coast. I picked it up, corralled the puck behind my own net. I shook a guy right in front of my cage.
Ooh.
Got to like my blue line, dipsied another guy, toe dragged a D, came down, and then went like 5-hole on the goalie to tie it up with like 7 minutes left. I would say that goal probably stands out to me. I mean, I didn't score a ton, especially in my pro career, but that one was pretty nasty, especially in a playoff game, even though it was a jungle.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good explanation right there. Swish, what are you drinking? This one comes in from Josh.
Irish coffee, fella, as always.
Actually?
Oh, yeah. Irish coffee here, put you on the screws. That's 2 shots of Bailey's, 1 of Jameson, and then I got a little Smoothie Douglas over here and just a grass-fed water. So always Irish coffee, though. It'll put you on the screws, get you dialed in.
Yeah, I actually
Herbie is so furta. I love that.
Yeah.
Herbie is so furta.
You want me to play on one leg? You want me to play you want me to be gay and play? Yeah, that was the edited version.
Who was he chirping again? Was it Rob McClanahan? You want me to play on one leg? McClanahan just tweaked out.
McClanahan, the real unedited version that Disney won't tell you, is McClanahan was an openly gay player.
Yeah, and he was. Was he the first?
He goes, "You want me to play even though I'm gay?" And he's like, I want the player that was in the closet. I don't want to hear this gay shit while we're in the middle of the Olympics."
Right. Don't be throwing.
What the fuck am I talking about?
Don't be going Oppo Taco. I'm going to answer this question from a good Samaritan from Newfoundland. When were you in Newfoundland, Swish, and what for? I was there in 2019 for 2 weeks as a part of the Toronto Maple Leafs training camp. We went there directly. We flew into Toronto. We did the medical testing, and then we got on a bird and went right to the Rock. And we spent, I would say, 10 days there, and I think I was drunk 7 of them. You know, not crazy drunk, but like, how do you not have a few?
Buzzing,
How do you not have a few on George Street every day when you finish up at the rink at like 11 o'clock? I mean, you're only a goddamn human. You get on George Street, there's live tunes, there's skunks. I mean, you're watching games. So yeah, I enjoyed my time thoroughly on the Rock. I just didn't know when I was going to get back, and I hope to soon. I think that would be a good place for Hockey Night Scottsdale to go rep.
Yeah, 100%. Swish, has anyone ever confused you for Jordan Kyrou?
That's funny you say that because that kid, I played with him in San Antonio and Chicago in the minors, and obviously a little bit in St. Louis. Yeah, he kind of looks like maybe like a younger brother, a distant cousin. He's a good kid too. He's really coming into his own. I mean, if you're making $8 million, it's tough to be a bad guy, Rob. So, shout out to Ruzi. He absolutely twinkled toes over the sheet. We actually just saw him play on Saturday. So, Rue, butter golf guy, fella.
TNT or ESPN for NHL. There's a right answer. I mean, that's obvious. TNT, right? Like ESPN. Shout out to Emily Kaplan. That's my girl. A lot of people. I don't want to ever see any Emily Kaplan slander on the timeline. Like I met her in Vegas briefly with the team out there, the ESPN people out there, and she was awesome. So there's no shade to ESPN, but TNT, I think it's just a better product right now. And honestly, I think we're up next to get a seat on the panel. But
we're going to be sniffing up there. I'm hoping we can just get a call in one of these days. As Biz is actually going to join us, folks, next week, Friday, for a game. So stay tuned on that. Paul Bissonnette will be back on Hockey Night Scottsdale. But yeah, TNT murders everything. I mean, the only guy that I love to see that was working on ESPN before is a guy like Chelly, and now he's doing stuff with TNT because he's an absolute beauty. So
yeah, I wish we can get a seat on TNT, but I know that I have a few felonies on my record, so we're just trying to work through those complications. But I think eventually, if we can get a seat on there and wear fast shades, we'll be absolutely buzzing.
100%. What else we got here?
All right, we got Theater is back. Oh, what's up, dude? How are we? We're doing well, man. Thanks for asking. Swish, how's the golf game?
Ooh, low and slow. I am okay, brother. Who's asking? Cheeks? Yeah, I mean,
Cheeks.
I play at like a 10 handicap. I carry 2 big sticks in my bag, so that's 2 drivers for the folks listening. I call it the double dog system because both of them can miss both ways. If I could get off the fucking tee, I'd be decent because the hands are elite. They're first round, right? The putter, I would say arguably I'm the best putter in the greater Scottsdale area, but sometimes my drives end up in Tucson if I'm playing in Scottsdale. It's I'm just horrible off the tee. It's insane. So play at about a 10. I'd say that's I'm a guy that can shoot anywhere from 82 to 100. So not perfect, but I do love the game.
Next coach that's on the hot seat. I'm going to say DJ Smith.
DJ Smith, yes, but they're bringing back Jacques Martin. He's going to be a senior advisor for the coaching staff. So I kind of think that protects him a little bit from the ownership and management. But a guy that I think they should be asking about is a guy on the island, and it's Lane Lambert. And Lou Lamoriello. And I would never want to see Uncle Lou get fired because he is the original Providence gangster, and I love that guy.
Yeah, you love Lou Lamoriello.
Lou Lamoriello he's such a G. He's so connected.
I don't know him, but
he's like straight out of Goodfellas.
Yeah, I just don't like him because I don't know him, but I don't like that he controls guys' face and their pubes. Like, I feel like you can't.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
It's like the New York Yankees. You want a clean cut, shaven team. You want everyone to be shaved.
Yes.
Especially their stack.
They're George W.
But I don't know. With me, I've always if somebody says you can't have your hair this long, it made me want to get my hair even longer.
Yes.
So I get it. I mean, I believe you though. I trust your judgment. He's a good guy.
I think if you met him, you'd be like, I do this for Lou. It's like when you would say you jerk off a troop. Like there's just certain exceptions you make.
I did say that I would jerk off a troop. Hypothetically, I'll say it again because it is veterans. Something recently, Troop Night. I think we were there for Troop Night.
There goes my hero.
Hypothetically, if there was a troop in battle and he really needed to come, I'd prefer to not jerk off a guy, but I love the troop so much that if he really needed help, I would consider it.
Right. So, you would consider sawing a guy off.
Well, that's just how much I love the troop. So it's not a gay thing.
Lou needs to
be fired. That's okay.
Lou needs to fire Lane. Yeah, I agree. I think but that roster, man, is just they didn't make any changes throughout the whole summer. It was the one team with the least amount of moves. It's like, what do you expect? That's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So
it's like DMing chicks at 3 a.m. over and over and over again, and they're not answering. And are you up? And
you up?
Literally 11 a.m. on a Wednesday.
How good is that when you get home from the bar and it's 4:19 a.m. and you DM a girl that you never talked to and you just happen to follow her and she followed you back out of courtesy.
So sick.
And all you say, and she's in Utah and you're like, you up?
Dudes rock.
There's nothing better than getting drunk with dudes.
Yeah. Swish, I gotta say here, I'm really impressed. We still have 270 people on Twitter.
I love it. Yeah. Folks, we do this for you. Gucci's absolutely grinding for the people. We love you. Like we said, we're going to be hitting on the road here. So folks, keep asking us questions. I love this username, Pinto's Bookie, Parlay Pinto. Swish, what are your thoughts on David Quinn coaching in San Jose? Should they move on from him? You know what? I've heard mixed reviews on Quinny. I think he's
as a guy, as a person.
Yeah, just as a guy. I think he thinks he's pretty cool. And maybe he got a little slice of humble pie when he came in and it didn't work out as well as he thought or envisioned in New York. So he took it on the chin there a little bit. He gets his second chance in San Jose, but it's like, buddy, you look at these teams, what are you supposed to do? I mean, you were coaching in New York when they weren't great. They were during a rebuild. Now you're in San Jose, a.k.a. Man Jose. You might be looking at the first overall pick. So it's like he hasn't really set himself up for success. But at the same time, how do you turn down a National Hockey League job and a job that's going to pay you about $3 bananas a year? So other than his good hair, his time in the NHL has been a bit underwhelmed. But I hope he can figure it out. I mean, he's a good U.S. guy, East Coast dude.
Is he?
I don't know him personally. Yeah, he's a Boston guy.
Oh.
Throws right. Former first-round pick back in the day. So I hope he can find his way because they do have a really good assistant coach there in Ryan Warsofsky, a guy that I'm friends with his brother, a.k.a. Dougie, a.k.a. Tuggy Warsofsky. So,
Tuggy.
Yeah, I hope they can figure it out because those guys are good guys.
Live show in Boston, yeah, definitely. I mean, we don't have one set yet, but I mean, that's definitely a hot spot, definitely a place I want to go. I love Boston, man. I've been there a few times, and I've done it the right way. I've done it the wrong way. I think the last time I was there, Swish, it was a New Year's. I want to say it was just like 5 years ago. And this guy, we're in line for this bar, and he dropped his phone and he shattered it like bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so drunk that I go, all right, man, you know what? I'm going to shatter mine too. We're going to go phoneless tonight. And I spiked my phone.
You went for the boys. That is so fertile.
And I shattered my own phone. And I said, we're both having shattered phones tonight. And that's a true story. I really did that. And I was in Boston. That was the last time I was there.
How long was it? What was that?
Got to be like 5 years ago.
Okay, yeah. So you've
6
grown
years
up
ago.
since then. But yeah, I love that. That's such a fertile play. Like, did you guys just like shake up after that and like exchange numbers and maybe do a jersey swap? Or jersey swaps are probably not a thing then.
No, I don't remember.
Like you just shattered your phone fertile.
Yeah.
How funny is that?
I was so drunk.
I had a buddy one time, speaking of phones, he literally was at a lake on the 4th of July, and he was around all of his friends. They were playing like wiffle ball in the backyard. There were skunks there. There was like probably 30 people. And he looked at everyone and he goes, I don't need anyone on this fucking phone. I got all my friends here, and threw his phone in the lake. It's like, dude, how dumb are you? I'm gonna come clean with the name too. Shout out to Danny Cristo.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so fucking
Yeah, it
awesome.
was so funny. I got all my friends here. It's all I fucking need. Throws his phone in the lake.
That is so
How dumb is that?
It just nails.
And it, yeah, that's
those are the type of guys you want around.
yeah, for sure. So
All right, let's see here. Sharks fan tapping in. Is Eiserman as good as Celebrini? I don't really know about the prospect switch. Like, I don't really focus on younger guys. Like, I don't really go full Kevin Spacey and try to.
right, yeah, recruit the young
The only
kids.
time I do look at young kids is when it's hockey related, but I actually haven't really checked out the prospects yet. Like, I know Celebrini is supposed to be the next big thing, but I just don't really fucking know.
Yeah, I watched that Celebrini just a little bit. His tape, obviously averaging about 2 points per game at Boston University. I think he's the consensus number 1 overall pick. Again, I don't really tap into the Bob McKenzie top 30 and all that stuff of prospects. I want to make them like, show me what you got in the national.
Right.
I don't really
kind of
care.
like that.
You know,
too.
like I don't
Yeah.
really care. So
I don't like that hype shit. And of course, it's cool when someone's dominating like the OHL and, you know, dominating the best level of junior hockey. It's cool, and I respect the hell out of it. It's just like, it's like asking me, would you rather watch college football or high school football? The answer is always going to be college. I just want to see you when you're playing the best.
100%.
Does Schmaltz remember that Saturday night in Lappin Ranta in 2022? What the hell?
So
did that
Schmaltz,
mean?
remember that night in Lappeenranta, Finland, which is basically on the damn near the Russian border in 2022. Fella, well, first of all, thank you for bringing that up. But how could I forget? 1 + 4, 5 points in a game as a defenseman. How the hell are you?
You did do that?
Yeah, so I had 5. I had 5 points on a Friday, and I'm getting, I'm high step, and I'm feeling good, feeling like I'm the fucking man. I'm playing in the Finnish league, mind you, and no disrespect to the Finnish league, but it ain't the national.
Hey, but you're playing pro hockey, man. That's
And the next night, my brother has the nerve to go have a 7-point night. And
Are you serious?
And I'm watching this game on the couch at 3 a.m. in Finland. I'm like, holy fuck, he's got a 4-point first period. I'm going to stay up for this thing. He ends up putting up 2 and 5 or 3 and 4 and has a NHL record for the last like 10 years of the most points in a game. So here I thought I was Mr.
Nick?
Yeah.
Does he really?
Yeah. Here I thought I was Mr. Hotshot. The record is 8 points. He had 7. So it's like the most amount of points in a game in the last 10 years. Sam Gane was the last guy to do it.
Wow.
And I thought I was hot shit. I thought I was a beauty. Like, I'm fucking pumpernickel. I'm going around Finland, Helsinki. Like, fuck, look at me, 5 points. And next night, this guy shoves it right up my hoop and has 7 points in the National Hockey League. So, yeah, it was cool for about 24 hours. And I got put down to earth.
It's cool that you guys are brothers and both made it to the NHL. Like me and my brother, we haven't done anything with our lives. But anyway, Rob, what's with the Jake Wallman gritty hate? Okay, so I will say this. I did delete the tweet because I don't really like taking shots at people anymore unless it's Tyler Seguin. But the tweet happened because somebody told me, one of my elite sources sent me a little birdie through the mail and told me that they don't like him, and I'm a ride or die kind of guy. So it wasn't about the celebration. That's not why I did it. I don't really care when guys celebrate. I actually think it's funny. It was more to do with somebody that I'm close with. They don't really like him, and I'm a ride or die motherfucker, so I just tweeted that out. But yeah, nothing personal. Shout out to Detroit.
Nothing personal.
I
wanted to answer this one quick. Is Lou Nanny the best Lou? He's top 5 for sure. I would say Lou Williams, number 1. Lou Redwood from Semi-Pro He likes to drink when he smoked, and he do both on air. So on the top of my head, Lou Williams, the underground GOAT. Shout out to Magic City. He has his own wings down there in Atlanta. And then obviously Lou Redwood from Semi-Pro. What an announcer. Actually, a guy I draw a lot of inspiration from, Rob.
Hell yeah, dude. Keep the chat flowing. I'm looking at it.
Let's keep her going here. Who gets the Calder this season? I mean, it's going to be tough to beat Bedard, right? You got the whole mom story. You want to make him feel good. Cooley kind of cooling off, no pun intended, here in the desert. He still looks good, but he's got a little bit to go. Bedard seems to be the consensus favorite. Fantilli, I watched him play the other night against Boston when Brad Marchand had the natural hat trick in the third period to go on to win that game. He looked all right. I would say Bedard, though, as we get back to the second period. Folks, we are going live now from the couch. The Sunbelt Superstars here. Yeah, we got a nice little game here on our hands. Bob Gucci, myself, 93-1. Yours truly, live from Scottsdale. We have the second period on the way here. Florida Panthers leading the Dallas Stars 2-1 from Sunrise, Florida. Keep asking us questions in the chat. This has been awesome. You guys bring us energy. We're going to try to get a guest on later. It's going to be maybe a Coyotes guy. They have a little bit of a team party tonight at the rink for Christmas, but we're looking to get maybe one National Leaguer on tonight, so stay with us. Oh, Versway.
Oh, my God. I missed it. Retweeting the fucking links back out.
My God. All this guy does is talk. Holy jumping. As Darren Pang would say, what a goal.
Are you serious? Is he serious? Are you serious?
My God, that was a nice
You
talk.
can't be serious. Are you serious?
Short side cheddar. Folks, if you're listening, cheddar is always better. If you're looking for some cheese, well, go to Versway. That was so sexy. How did it just tickled it? It did like a little merry-go. Oh, my God.
Right upstairs where Grandpa hides the Nazi propaganda.
Oh, my dipsy-doo dunkaroo. That was filth, as Dickie V would say.
Right where Grandma keeps the dildo, and it's a black. All right. 19:25 remaining in the second period here, folks. For those of you that are watching along with us, we are watching the Dallas Stars in South Florida taking on the Florida Panthers. I'm your host, Heat Daddy. I'm here with Jordan Schmaltz. And we are back for the second period. There is 19:09 remaining for those of you following along with the boys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for fucking tuning in.
Folks, we are live from the couch. As Bob Gucci said, the boys bring to you the best action in all of hockey and expert analysis. Folks, thank you for tuning in. Stay with us. Ask us questions. Again, we will get to those questions at the 13-minute marker as a commercial break will be underway. But right now, we are 18:44 and counting as Anton Lundell sends a puck on to Jake Ottinger. Gathered well by Matt Duchene as he plays it up the wall. Is that Thomas Harley massaging it through the neutral zone, brings it over and kind of runs into a picket fence of Florida Panther players. They're playing like a little bit of a 1-2-2 there. So, folks, again, 3-1 right now. Florida Panthers leading the Dallas Stars live from Sunrise, Florida. We got a nice little game here, though.
Yeah,
I love these two teams. I wasn't sure about doing this game this week, but now, man, I'm really dialed in. This has been one of the better games we've done.
Yeah, I mean, we've got stuck watching the Sabres in Detroit a couple of times when Detroit wasn't quite on a heater yet. So it's good to spice it up. And hey, I'll eat my words. I looked at this game and I was like, I don't really give a fuck about this freaking game, but we're having a great time. This has been a great game. As there's a fucking nice save by Ottinger there.
Yeah, that was a nice little play as Jamie Benn collects the puck, plays it over to Craig Smith, who's buzzing down the wall. A man with a plan, Craig Smith. Folks, again, if you're following along, get at us in the chat. Ask us anything. We will answer anything and everything as Yanni Hakanpää plays a little dink play to his partner, Essa Lindell. And that's sent on net by the Florida Panther defender. Man, I love this Lomberg's game. Like, he's just one of those guys that you just want on your team. Like, he's just a little rat fuck. Like, God, is he just greasy out there. He just looks like a guy that would just be hanging out at a strip club in a back alley at about 3 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of cabarets, Sugar 44 still running their special.
This show is brought to you by Sugar 44. You can go there and look at some boobs and right around the corner, actually. Is that the one that has the fast food outside of it?
Yes, it does. It offers an array of options. Chick-fil-A being one of them, just up the way on 44th Street. Folks, again, if you're tuning in, get at us right now. We're at the 16:52 marker. Really good game, and we'll get back to some insight here. Rope Hintz, a guy that's been a little quiet tonight. Haven't noticed him a whole lot. Joe Pavelski's probably good for a tip as Carter Verhaeghe brings it down on a 2-on-1. Oh, my God, that was sick. Who goes to their backhand there?
Buzzing, dude.
Who goes to their backhand other than a guy that scored 42 goals right there? That was nasty. He almost had it. It was like a little scoop and score. Joe Pavelski blows a wheel.
Well, Joe Pavelski blow Pavelski.
That was a nice. I got through Bennett. That was a nice little slip play. He drew in those two defenders, sucked him inside the dots, kicked it out to Verhaeghe, and he goes absolutely short side bunker.
Sucked him right in.
Ooh, sucked him in like a goddamn Dyson.
Sucked in those. What was that football announcer where he goes, there's a guy who just sucks in balls.
I think it was Troy Aikman.
Was it Troy?
Yeah. That sounds like a Troy Aikman quote. Yeah. Troy has no idea what he's saying. He had 14 concussions.
Yeah, dude.
Joe Pavelski, like, man, how does this guy still do it? He can't even skate.
I don't know.
But he's just so smart.
Yeah.
And he's always in the right position over the puck and then gets to the net. And if it's in a, 10-foot vicinity of him, he's tipping it in. Like, he got the magic wand. Shout out to Plover, Wisconsin, Joe Pavelski. Good, just a good dude. +2 handicap on the golf course, fishes, keeps to himself. Only throws right, not both, but, we can't all be beauties, Rob.
Yep. Right you are, Ken. As good pressure by Florida pretty much this whole game.
I hate to
Florida looks good.
Yeah, a guy like Barkov, he's a good player, but everyone always talks about, he's like a top 3 player in the league. I'm like, just slow your roll a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole sitting on the couch in an American Hockey League All-Star jersey, so I shouldn't be talking. How are you? It was in Utica. But just like, he's good, but is he elite? Is he a number 1 center you can win with? Maybe,
Yeah,
right?
I think he's capable of being a number 1 center.
Yeah, he's a number 1 center, but is he a guy that
win
on a Stanley Cup team you can be like Sasha Barkov, or is he a 1B? Is he a 1?
I don't know. When I think of guys that are your number 1 center that win, I'm thinking of like an Eichel, like guys that less playmaker and more put the puck in the net.
Right.
But Barkov is filthy. It's just I know what you're saying.
Remember how good Snook O'Reilly was in 2019 with the
Who?
Blues? Ryan O'Reilly. No. Snook O'Reilly.
O'Reilly.
Do you remember how good he was?
Just a freight train. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's an absolute gamer, right?
Right.
And I would say those guys at that time were probably on the same tier of player, like a really good center. Mm-hmm. Barkov probably edging him out a little bit, but O'Reilly,
skill-wise, yeah.
But O'Reilly just having that X factor to him. But I don't know.
But O'Reilly has that fuck you hockey in him.
That's what I mean.
He's gonna bang bodies. He's gonna bang people consensually. He's gonna win face-offs. He's gonna do all the things you have to do in playoffs when hockey's the hardest. It's the most physical.
Yeah.
But we are no commercial yet.
No commercial. Folks, if you're following along right now, there's a stoppage of play, 15-12 and counting here, live from Sunrise, Florida. The Dallas Stars visiting the Florida Panthers. No Kodak Black in attendance tonight, but they don't need it as they're up 3-1 as Anton Lundell wins a nice little ozone faceoff and snapped on net by Nico Mikkola, the big Finnish bastard from Oulu, Finland. Can't speak a lick of English, but he sounds like Vakaitis from Semi-Pro. Folks, keep asking away in the chat. We want to get these questions locked and loaded. Tyler Seguin stepping in the dot with Anton Lundell. We'll see who wins this draw here.
Oh, that's a win by Seguin.
That is a win by Seguin. Joel Hanley. Joel low and slow Hanley.
Right up the boards. I used to hate when defensemen did that. Do you ever do that? Do you ever just rim it up the fucking boards and say, fuck you? Or do you have the finesse to just put it on someone's tape?
I always hated when the center would call rim because it was always a face-off play. And it was usually if there was an icing and the guys were tired and you just needed, just to get out of the zone. But let us make a little dink play behind the net. Let me get my head up.
Little dink.
And if the guy's, barreling down on me, then I can rim it. But let's make a play. Let's try to get out of our zone. Don't just revert to a goddamn just rim around the yellow.
Yeah, if guys are barreling down on you, you're gonna want to rim at all times.
Talk about a rim job.
Yeah.
See,
shout out to all the ladies out there giving rim jobs when people didn't ask. That is wild.
That is wild. A rim job is just an insane thing to do. Think about a rim job. Think about how you just had Jimmy John's and a cheesesteak, and this girl's about to muck your fucking butt. Funky butt loving, I call that. Ugh. Anyways,
we
don't need to be talking about sniffers and someone's cornhole. But anyways, back to the game. 14:32 to play as the Dallas Stars, Yanni Hakanpää collected by the Jersey Mike sign just alongside the Florida Panthers bench inside the blue line. Oh, heads up.
Oh,
my God, could have killed him.
Over.
For Swaggy.
Verhaeghe's a little selfish, no?
Yeah, but the window kind of closed off to pass that puck, and I think if you're inside those hash marks like that as a 40-goal scorer, I like that play. Yeah. Is it selfish? Maybe a little bit. Is it going to be a guaranteed goal?
Oh my God, the defenseman is just in no man.
You know, like who?
You're right.
Right, like who does he pass that to? I don't know. Bennett, if he kind of opens up and is an option on the 1T on the B door there. I don't know. I like the shot, maybe just not in the chest. The scouting report's got to be Ottinger's got a quick chest, no?
Yeah, I mean, that was also 55 on Dallas. I don't know who that is. They were just out to lunch. I mean, I'm lucky that wasn't like a bottom six guy barreling down on you.
Yeah, cracker barrel.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna.
It's pretty soon here. Yeah, we got about a minute here, folks. Shots right now, 17-14 in favor of the Florida Panthers. They are leading this contest 3-1 live from Sunrise, Florida, as Aaron Ekblad, they're showing a view of him getting a puck through. It's all about getting pucks through at the top of at the blue line there, Rob. That's all they teach defensemen. Get the puck through. Get it through. You never know. There's a screen. There's a tip. There's a rebound. It hits a guy's skate. Get it through that first layer, and then that way, the chances of something happening only increases.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about shooting your shot. And, I don't want to be cliche here, but you got to let that fucking thing rip sometimes. As here's
let it Kelly Buck.
Craig Smith.
Craig Smith sends it into the Geico sign as Dmitry Kulikov tries not to turn over 3 pucks again on that shift that led to the Dallas Stars goal.
He's having a tough night.
He's having a tough night, but speaking of tough nights, how we doing, Rob?
Good. I'm actually, I'm kind of coming back to life now.
Yeah.
It definitely was a struggle at first, but
right.
All right, we kind of have a couple of these, so we'll keep them quick.
Yep.
Who do you have winning the Vezina race? I'm just gonna say Aiden Hill.
Aiden Hill, Jordan Binnington, don't sleep on him either. The snowman.
Okay. Don't sleep on Brock Faber or Marco Rossi for Calgary. They've been some of the Wild's best players this year. You know what, man? I watched the Wild the other day when I was hung titties in bed, and Rossi really impressed me, actually. He's a good player.
He's a good player. That Faber's a really good defenseman, but Calder, let's slow the roll there, brother.
Let's go, boys. What's up, lad? Shout out to A.O. Gavin. Big shout out. Heading down south to Arizona in a few weeks and going to a Yotes Avs game. Good spots to tap in. Post-game around there. Well, the thing is that you're down in Tempe, so I mean, it depends what you're looking for. I think I need more information from you, Tyrone Biggums, 40.
Tyrone Biggums, 40. Head up Scottsdale Road. You'll find some in Old Town, Boondocks, Hot Chick, Moxie's. Those are all the trifectas. The boys like to hang out. So if you're going to a game, the best thing you can do is get the hell out of Tempe. Head about 6 miles north on North Scottsdale Road. You'll find some trim.
And this is from Cheeks. Do you guys have any gay thoughts?
Gay thoughts? No, I don't think so. I don't think about wrench, but that's just me. Cheeks, thank you. Copy
that. Me too. Robbie, looking good as always, fellas. Schmaltz looking like you can come snap it around in Wichita a bit. Our best D-man just got loaned to Tucson, so spots opened up.
A.O. Gavin, you are a friend of the show. You're a beauty. I appreciate it, but I don't think I'm going to be coming to the East Coast Hockey League. That is no disrespect to the Eastern League. I just don't think that's for me right now.
Least favorite religion?
Least favorite religion?
I'm going to have to go with
Scientology.
Jews have really been I'm just kidding. Probably Scientology. It's just like, stop getting me to sign up for stuff. I don't care if Tom Cruise is your poster boy. I don't care. Rupe Hintz is a stud. Yes, he is. Swift, did you hit Bikini Beans for a cup of Java?
Dude, it's funny you say that. I was just thinking about that today. And where is this place exactly? Because I need to go.
Actually, right down the bunghole of Scottsdale Road, like right when Scottsdale gets shitty in South Scottsdale.
Okay.
There's like a bunch of dealerships, so truck dealerships, and it's on the right side for heading south.
Is it by like that Dutch Bros coffee that we see?
More south.
So south of DeFalco's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but not by much.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to get there. It's funny you say that. Let's I'll answer that Brock Besser question at the next little TV timeout. Right now, folks, if you're following along, thank you again. Keep asking us questions. Let us know where you're tapping into. We are so happy to be with you, bringing you the best coverage in all the National League. That is self-proclaimed, of course. But right now, 13:32 to play as we get a little whistle right off the right dot in the Florida Panthers zone. Oh, well, it looks like a penalty here. Is that going to be on Florida? They blew it down. Okay.
Okay, man.
Number 12. Yona Gotovich. He's a fighter. Came up through the Man Jose system. What is he doing? Something a little criminal?
That's just a bad call. I mean, that might be the worst call in NHL history.
I mean, that's just a ref just putting a young guy or a guy that has not played a lot of games just in his place. That's what they do, man. Like the guys that have actually played, and they got the guys that have the silver sticks, 5, 6, 7, 800 games. Like they get away with so much more, and rightfully so. You've been in the league a long time, but that one, That's a chintzy call as Jamie Benn steps into the circle here. We're going to get a good look at Dallas's first unit. Hopefully they can get a little magic going as Jason Robertson sends it down the wall to Robe Hintz.
I think Gary Bettman might have called in that call because Gary loves when these primetime games are close games all the way through. And I think he's being a little greedy because 3-1 has been a good game.
It's been a really good game, especially, we didn't know what to expect here. Live from the couch, boys and girls. Ladies, is there any ladies tapping in tonight? Skunks is a little derogatory, but I do like the term. Anyways, 1:35 to play as Bobrovsky took one off high. You take one off the chin there. Just what happened as Hintz grabs his shit too.
Yeah, why is he grabbing his face like that?
Yeah, I don't know
what happened. I didn't even see what happened.
I was talking about Skunks. Okay, so Hintz sends this down. Nice little shot tip. Hits Bob in the cage. Knocks his helmet loose.
Yeah, he got hit in the head by
But why was Hintz grabbing his chin?
Stenlund. I don't even know who that is. I don't know. Oh, no, he got high sticked. Did you see that?
Okay.
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to be a baby about it. Like, I don't know why you have that huge yard sale.
Did they call it? Is this going to be a 5-on-3? I would love to see a 5-on-3. He's got a little tint and a little tilt on that visor. I don't mind that. But Bobrovsky back in the game here. Folks, I do have my skates on. They do feel good. I might lace them up and just go for a walk later. But right now, 13:06 if you're following along with the boys. Pete DeBoer got that thing straight off a skunk's tail, man. What is that thing?
That is the worst tie.
It's like one of those sock ties.
It's literally ruining my night. I bet you his daughter or somebody knit it for him, and we're just sitting here trashing it. But
it's like knitted or
a tough tie,
knitted piece of foreskin. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look great.
When a guy like me is criticizing your looks, you know that you're in a tough situation. As Dallas Stars with 1:27 remaining on the power play here in South Florida, home to the hottest Latinas in the world. That's not true.
Nice little play by Reinhardt. We would like to see something, Rob, in terms of the Dallas Stars. Get something going. Make this a game. As Miro Heiskanen massages and high steps his way in the zone, sends it over to Joe Pavelski on a little outlet play as they corral the puck by the Jersey Mike sign and send it back up to the top of the key. Jason Robertson takes a shot. Ooh, tipped wide and out of play. But again, Rob, I think if now the second unit is going to come out here, just a little something. Get a goal here, get some momentum even. Feel good about your power play, and that way on the other side of 10 minutes, maybe you have a little bit more to create. You feel good about your game, and all of a sudden you can make this thing a one-score game. Because right now, Dallas struggling a little bit.
Yeah, they're struggling. The play slowed down a whole lot. I mean, this period. I think Florida's trying to preserve their lead here, and another Dallas Stars on the ice. I mean, Jesus Christ, what is going on with these guys? Get up.
I love how this Miro Heiskanen just high steps all over the sheet. He gallops all over. I think he's crazy to say. I think he's underrated. I don't think he gets enough credit for how good he is, the way he skates. Now, he doesn't have the computer or the brain like a Quinn Hughes or a Cale Makar, but he is a guy in the league I look at as a top 3 to 5 defenseman and a guy I think that will win a Norris someday. James, that is. He's a Finnish kid that just skates all over the sheet from Helsinki. Played for IFK, the same team I played for. So grew up in that system, and now he's making about $9 million, and I'm sitting here in full gear. So, folks, anyways, back to you, Rob.
Yeah, pretty lackadaisical effort by Dallas. I mean, they're kind of losing battles, and there we go.
Mush March.
Multiple guys on the puck.
Yep.
North to south hockey. I mean, let's see if they can get a shot on that here or something. I mean, the clock's ticking 4-3, 2-1.
Wyatt Johnson, where are you making that play, fella? There's fucking 4 sticks and
guys
3
are coming out of the box too. Here we go.
Oh, we got a 3-on-1. This is the guy you don't want with the puck. I was
going to say, oh my God, you telegraphed the fuck out of that.
Yeah, that's the guy you do not want with the puck, folks. That's no disrespect. They just had a couple better options on the ice besides Jonah. Yeah, a guy I really look at in terms of that has added to the culture in Dallas is that Mason Marchment. His dad, the late Brian Marchment, was an absolute nail gun. Played in Toronto forever. Big bruising defenseman, good chin. Always had it tucked through both ways. Had a little bit of offense to his game. Nothing crazy, but could make some solid outlet passes. So that's a guy in Dallas. I think he's been around the NHL since he was a little kid. It was only a matter of time. I could kind of see it when I was playing with him in Toronto with the Marlies that he was going to make it. It was just he had to put, some things together. He was still growing into his body, but a good kid. And, he lost his dad a few years ago, but he looks like he's finding his way here. So
Yeah, I also lost my dad a few years ago, but he's still alive.
He's still
he
alive.
just doesn't care about me. But
right.
anyway, back to the game here, 10, 20.
Kachuk been really quiet, Rob.
Yeah, he has. I actually was just going to ask if he's playing tonight.
Right. Like Bennett's looked really good. Reinhardt's looked crispy rice, but Kachuk, not a whole lot of jam out of him tonight. He hasn't even really impacted the game physically. Sometimes if he's not doing things offensively, he has those other intangibles. As we say it, he kind of roughs up Rope hints. But, a guy that has been not really involved tonight. Maybe it's just a sleeper in Florida for him. He's trying to get through this thing, get over to Fort Lauderdale, maybe get to the elbow room. But, yeah, so this play right here, this 3-on-1, if you break it down, I mean, yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot. He's just a fourth-line guy.
Go pass up the pad there, though. He kind of telegraphs it.
Pass off the pad.
Yeah. All right, folks, we're going to get to the chat real quick. Actually, I don't even know if there's a commercial. It should be a commercial break. No?
Marchman, it took one high to the chicklets there. No, I think just on the other side of 10 minutes, we'll get another one. But 10-14, 10-13 to play, folks, in this game. Again, the boys live from the couch here in beautiful North Scottsdale, Arizona. A great day, sub-80-degree temperatures. Kulikov goes back for a puck. Another turnover from him. He's, my Apple turnover tonight.
He might be drunk.
He might have had a bigger night out than you.
Yeah.
He looks drunk as a skunk.
He's had a couple.
He's had a couple Chardonnays, so what of it? Oh, Nico Mikula just dummying Craig Smith, saying, I don't like you, but I respect your moves. Ryan Lomberg, the little play on the wall, loses a battle. Yeah, I think Dallas, get this ground game going. I just have a hard time believing, Rob, like come April, that they're going to be a real factor.
Who, Dallas?
Yeah, I mean, agree. Right? Like, people have really been hyping them up this season. I think the Central is really down in terms of where it used to be. Nashville, obviously, not great. St. Louis, I don't think they're very good. That's no disrespect to the boys. I just think they're in a weird spot. Chicago, you know what Chicago is, and Minnesota. I mean, with the coaching change, they're playing a little better, but I don't think that's a team that's very good either. So the Coyotes, though, in the Central, which is hilarious.
Hottest team in the NHL right now.
And we're hoping to get a Desert Dog on sometime during this game just to talk it out, folks. We won't confirm that. It's just funny.
Yeah, when I look at Dallas, I watch them play, and you see a team, and they got to put together a dominant performance multiple times, and I've never seen that out of Dallas. And I don't watch Dallas that much because I hate Tyler Seguin, but I don't see them and be like, this team is gonna lift the big silver mug this year. I just don't see it.
No, they have an elite goaltender. Jamie Benn always plays good around playoff time. He elevates his game, gets that slick back flow going. But yeah, I just don't think so. There may be a team that could win a round or two just based on what the Western Conference is. But as far as a cup contender, I don't see it. But hey, you never know. We're just a couple of assholes sitting on the couch here. So, folks, if you are a Dallas fan, ask us any questions. They do have, some pretty good pieces, but I just don't see it. So
yeah, I don't see it.
And I don't know about a team like Florida either. Can they get back to what they did last year, the magical run, beating Boston? The greatest team ever assembled in the regular season. Is that Dutchy?
Off the pipe.
You always forget they have a guy like Dutchy. I mean, we talked about him earlier, but it's
Dutch oven.
The Dutch oven. You just think of his sixth string. So, folks, 8 minutes to go here in the second frame. Right now, we'll go to the chat and take a few questions from you, the people.
Shout out to Gavin again. Appreciate the comment. Shout out to Hockey Night in Scottsdale, and that's what he's saying. So you're welcome. What is the most repulsive thing you've seen a teammate do with their gear setup?
Yeah, there's some nut jobs. I would say the most repulsive thing is a guy that just can't believe they tie their skates 95 times. And it's before the game, it's bro, they literally unlace them, lace them again, lace them up, delace them. It's bro, you've tied your skates over 5,000 times. They're going to be okay. So I would say a guy that's just always fidgeting with his skates. Tarasenko was always funny with his sticks. He would get I've told this story on here before, but he would get a batch of CCM sticks, and he would line up 30 in a row, and he'd look at them, he'd just feel it. He'd be okay. And he'd have a good and a bad pile. And the bad pile, he would literally either give back to the training staff and say, no fucking good, or he would saw them in half, and then they would just go to waste.
What?
Yeah, it was insane. And he could just look at it and just, bounce it up on the the rubber mat in the stick room a couple times and look at it, look at the curve, feel it, and be no good. And he would maybe use, I would say 1 out of 3 were good, or maybe 1 out of 2. It was insane. So
insane.
I would say that was the craziest thing. And the fact that he would take it to the electrical saw and saw it in half was crazy.
Just ruining the stick. Ruining the environment.
Yeah.
So Tarasenko is the reason for
But
global warming.
If you score 40 goals a year, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
True. What can we expect from Swish on Midco? What is that?
That's Midco. So I'm making my debut this weekend on Midco Sports. You can expect a lot of heat, a lot of jams, similar to what I'm saying on Hockey Night in Scottsdale, maybe a little more filtered. Folks, I'm going to have a surprise for you in stock. I'm hoping with the outfit just to work in a few different things. So I probably won't be in full gear or fight strap on, but I'm looking forward to it, Rob. Going up there tomorrow.
Yeah. Swish, least favorite college barn.
Least favorite college barn I've played in or seen. Northeastern is a dump, but it's historical. It's like the oldest building in hockey. And then I would say the one I played in. All the barns are pretty good. I would say Michigan Tech. Alaska Fairbanks, the Nooks. Oh my God. We went up there my freshman or sophomore year. We played in a tournament with my freshman year. That place, you'd walk outside and you're warming up playing sewer ball and it's October and there's 25 inches of snow and there's a moose just going across the road. It was kind of cool, but that was a shitty barn.
Tapping into a little Jimmy Beam in Manitoba. Shout out to Manitoba. I'll buy you beauties 2 drinks when I come down. Deal. My bucket list is to party with you guys. Hey, man, if we're out, just hit us up. And if it happens, fella. That'll be great. Appreciate the thought.
Folks, let's get back to the chat here in a little bit. We got 7:54 to play Dallas. Again, Rob going on the power play, hoping to create a little momentum like we said on the previous attempt that essentially did nothing. A good shot first mentality. Bang it home, baby. Pavelski, come on. Get inside. Bobrovsky, a nice little save there. But, yeah, Rob, I think the Dallas Stars, again, like we said, besides Pete DeBoer's tie, would like to get something going here.
Someone said my fit is fucked, and sometimes Rob just looks lost. Well, that's what happens when you have 25 drinks on a Tuesday night.
Bob Gucci, don't let anyone tell you what to do. You're a goddamn rock star.
I appreciate it.
Anyway,
we'll get back to the chat. Intermission here. Switch.
Yeah. We got a nice little power play here. I believe about 145 and change yet to go here. Okay, 149, 145 and a hook as the Florida Panthers send it 200 feet. Miro Heiskanen going to collect a puck from Jake Ottinger right around the SeatGeek sign in the trapezoid as we are going to run what every fucking team in the NHL runs, the goddamn drop breako.
It's funny that every team runs that. It's just annoying. Can they stop?
I know. Like, can we get a different Brit spray in?
Oh,
that was a sick chance.
Far side, top nipples. The NHL should make a rule that if you're on the power play, you have to dump it in.
That would be hilarious. How funny is it, though? It's like every single team and both units run the drop. Like,
can they just figure out how to stop it? Like, there has to be a way.
It's just so hard, especially if you just have even one of the 2 flankers that pick up the puck and they have full speed. Like, what are you going to do? At the end of the day, like, if you have to kick it out to a guy on the blue line, he's going to be able to make that play. So it's just hilarious. Like, even like there, like you just bring it inside the box, kick it out, you're set up, even if you have to rim it. Datonoff's a funny player. Like, he's a guy that can only play for Pete DeBoer. Like, he played for him in Vegas. He was good. He's in Dallas. He was good. He tried to play in Montreal. He was shit. So it's just funny. Wyatt Johnson, quietly a decent player, a younger guy. Dallas, not a whole lot of younger players in terms of prospects that are really, making headlines, within their system, I don't think. I mean, Robertson's a guy that's established now, but I'm trying to think of young players. That Harley seems like he's okay. Guy played against the Jungle, still finding his footing in the National League, but he looks okay as Dutchie brings the puck up the ice. Dutchie's, I look at him, I just could he play hockey with his guitar? Like, if anyone could, it's him.
Yeah, I mean, that when he has the puck on the ice, he's just thinking about his guitar, Here's a guy. Remember the NHL found out Matt Duchene liked the guitar, and their NHL's Instagram was just Matt Duchene and his guitar for like 3 weeks. That was incredible.
Like, he's literally changing his strings out like in between periods.
I bet you he gets a ticket for his guitar. And I bet you the guitar is in the stand.
Imagine he had it right on the glass. His guitar's mic'd up.
He's like going like this, how people wave their kids, and it's just him and his guitar.
It's just Dutchie's guitar.
Yeah, that would be sick.
That would actually be sick.
Folks, can we also get a mic check too? It's been a little while. Can you hear us? Can you not hear us? Are we loud? Because sometimes I was just talking like this, and I don't know if they can hear
folks,
me.
let us know how the mic situation is. We went down to 1 mic. Thank you to Mike Grinnell from Spittin' Chicklets for giving us that insight, because we are just 2 dumbasses sitting over here, full suit and full gear, mind you. Folks, we are at another commercial break. Let's get at the chat. Let's see what's going on. how we doing out there. I'll look at some of these and give you a little bit of a break here, Rob.
Sounds great. All right, yeah. Shout out to Mike Grinnell. Appreciate the hell out of that. This whole time, too. We could just have one mic.
Yeah.
But definitely next time, if you want, I think I have an extra mic just so we could hold the mic.
Yeah.
I actually really like holding the mic.
Do you want to hold yours?
No, this is fine. I'm just using this. I'm probably spitting all over.
That's all right. Moose Knuckle 1 is Nick still boys with Kaner. They were boys in Chicago. They'd always hang out. I think as time has gone on, they text here and there, but nothing I would say that exactly
they're dating.
Right. They're not dating, or they're not, exactly sleeping over or doing trips in the summer. So yeah, I think they still keep in touch, but as time goes on and teammates go, it's hard to stay in touch.
Yep. It's kind of like, never mind, I'm not going to bring up my family again, but Sup Peter, thoughts on the Bruins? What scorer should they target in a trade? Yeah, I definitely think the Bruins need to do something. I think, wow, off the rip here. You know what? I'm going to get crazy right now. I think they tried bringing Stamkos.
I like that move, and especially as time goes on and Julian Brisebois hasn't inked a guy like Steven Stamkos, I think it only raises questions and gives him thought of like, well, I got to get something for him.
I got to do something.
I have to move him, but do they move him into the Eastern Conference? That I don't know. It would be great to see Stammer with the Bruins because that's a guy that can absolutely tuck the pill, as you know.
I think the Stars have slowed down because we haven't seen a nice pair of jammers behind Pete DeBoer in a couple years. Yeah, there's always a great set.
Did he really say jammers?
Yeah. That chick in Dallas has a great balcony on her, and we haven't seen her in a while. I don't know what happened to her. She got scooped up by some Armenian prince, and now she's on a yacht off the coast of Portofino. Oh, yeah.
She's probably in Abu Dhabi right now with that fake set just slapped on a vessel, a 92-foot vessel, showing them off and tanning them.
Imagine being a chick with tits. Like, that must be crazy.
How easy is it? Like, imagine just being a chick with tits. You never have to work. You just touch them and, like, you just pick your guy that is literally a billionaire.
If I had tits, I'd be looking at them all day. All right, 5:14 remaining in the second period here. We are in the final quarter of the period, if you will.
Yep, folks, 5:06 to go. As Bob Gucci mentioned, 3-1 right now. The Florida Panthers leading as Gustav Forsling sends a little bit of a burger at the net, but kind of knocked through. Here we go. Let's go.
Sam Bennett absolutely going full criminal.
He is. Yeah, he is. He's going full John Dillinger.
This madness, baby. Now, Kachuk's going to want to watch it. You don't want to hit that ref.
No, unless he wants to pay a fine. I feel like sometimes he just likes to go offside with it, like just do a little something criminal to kind of remind him like, yeah, I am that guy.
Yeah, I like Sam Bennett's game, man. I think that I didn't like the Domi chirp either. Like, oh, I have hair, you don't. I mean, most males experience male pattern baldness. I mean, it happens to everyone. He can't control it. I think chirping someone for being bald is just kind of whack, honestly.
It's like, what is he supposed to do? Like, if he went and got the Joe Buck hair plugs right now, everyone would be like, dude, you obviously have fake hair. It's like you just have to rock that bald look.
You have to rock it, or you have to go to Turkey like early on and get it fixed.
Yeah.
But I just don't like. People were asking me to comment on the chirp. I'm just like, I mean, Domi got manhandled.
Right.
No disrespect to Domi. I don't know him, but like, I just don't like the chirp of like, you're bald. It's like, well, a lot of people are bald. It happens, fella.
Yeah, it happens. Especially life goes on, and the more beers you drink, and yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Out about the kids, and
right? Yeah, you're stressed out about your side piece, and now you got a wife and kids, and
knocked up a weather girl in Mexico by accident.
Right.
Things happen.
Channel 13 News.
Yep. Shout out to Channel 13 News.
Shout out to Channel 8, the Ocho folks over in Mexico City, as Dutchie and his guitar bringing over the line.
You're probably thinking about his guitar too much. You couldn't get that pass.
I was probably thinking about what am I going to sing on the bird back home tonight for the boys while we're sitting around the card table and they hand out the filet and they dust off the minestrone soup.
Do you think that was insane? Do you think that Duchesne plays the guitar on the team playing?
Oh, for sure he does.
Sits in the back and just strums that thing completely naked?
Because I'm not sure if he's doing it, first year in Dallas, but like by year 2 or after the Christmas break, he's for sure going to be doing it.
Do you think he's just in the middle of the plane, or do you think he's in the back with his own like?
I think he's that guy that's like, it would be nasty if I played for the boys. He's like that guy. Like it'd be so sick. He doesn't ask anyone. He just assumes.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, I got a new song out. It's called Dutchie's Guitar.
The Dutch oven.
Right. I used to play this at the Honky Tonks in Nashville, boys. It's a pretty sick song.
Chicks would love it.
Chicks would love it. Folks, 3:45 to play. Jamie Benn working his way on the half wall right now as the puck exits the zone, and Ryan Suter skating like he's in a motorized. Wow.
Ryan Suter is the oldest man in the National Hockey League.
Skating like he was in a motorized wheelchair there, folks. Oh, my Dadanoff toe in.
Dadanoff going full.
How's your mother? He went toe in, toe out. Nice little exit play there to OEL as he massages the pill up the ice. And this kid, this Finnish kid, his last name barely fits on his name bar.
Island in Hawaii. Island.
So funny, like Finnish last names are so predictable. They're like either like Ian or like Ola. It's just what they are.
Ian, Ristolainen, Kakalainen, and Slavidabinin. We turn the volume up just like one or two. I have bad hearing.
I'll do it here at the next break.
Okay.
I got skates on too. Folks, right now, Aaron Ekblad, 2:45 to play here. If you're following along, chat, get at us. We're going to get at you shortly here as the second frame is kind of coming to an end as Aaron Ekblad wins a little battle to Thomas Harley. Folks, where are you tapping in from? Are you drinking tonight? What are we doing? Get at us in the chat. Again, thank you for joining the boys. We are about to close out this second frame right now, but let's get to the chat. I'm going to turn up the volume. I got my skates on.
Just a little. I just want to get. I have bad hearing. I just want to hear like a little bit of it. Oh, I didn't know you had to walk to the TV.
Yeah, my
Yeah, Hockey Night in Scottsdale snapbacks. Yeah, we're definitely going to do merch. We're just trying to figure out what we can and can't do with this logo here. That's good. I just wanted a little bit. Just to hear that noise, just to hear that crispy, guy skating and snapping around the puck. And, yep. Thank you. I appreciate that. The Madonna check is good. I want to make sure they came here, though. Sandbagger with chiclets would be electric. Yeah, a lot of people ask me about going on there, but honestly, I don't make the decisions. I can't tell them I'm coming on your show, But yeah, that would definitely be fun. Peter, Ben W311 here, Bruins question asker. Hell of a response. Stamkos is my favorite player ever. Yeah, I think it would be a great fit. Biz knows the lady with the balcony behind Dallas's bench. Named that she is dating a brother of a player or celeb. Can't remember the pod he's saying. Yep.
Heard a lot about you.
That's what happens with chicks with huge cans.
They just get scooped up and they get fondled. Folks, if you're going to fornicate tonight, well, do it responsibly. Tie down, wear a rubber. Well, maybe get a set of Plan B at your local Walgreens because who's fucking tonight?
Who's fucking tonight?
154 is Matt Duchesne, a.k.a. Dutchie's six strings, steps in as he snaps that thing back like an acoustic at a nice little, dive bar.
Matt Duchesne is performing live at the Rusty Spur in Scottsdale next week. Tickets are going for $300 a piece.
Ooh. Nice move by Mush Marchman. Folks, 1:37 to play. Shots right now tied up 22-22 as we have the Battle of the Sunshine State and the Lone Star State. Been a pretty good game to boot right now. Florida leading 3-1. It's kind of cooled off as I believe and hope the third period will, pick up, folks. Aaron Ekblad with a nice little escape play as he surveys the ice. Yeah, Florida looks good right now, Rob. They weathered the storm on the 2 penalty kills. They've been playing pretty well. They've had a couple chances. That one shorthanded where the guy tried to go pass off the old shin pads, but they've looked good. They look solid all night. Dallas has to find something going into the final 20. But, folks, again, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
This is our favorite night of the week. And get at us. Let us know where you're tapping in from. What the hell are you doing? Ask us anything.
Yeah.
If you've already asked a question, keep firing away.
Fire away. You always want to fire away.
Shoot to get hot, shoot to stay hot, baby.
If you went out any weekend in Scottsdale, which NHL players are you most likely to see? I don't really have an answer to that question. Guys are dialed in, especially the Coyotes. They're trying to get in the playoffs here and not get caught by any of the other teams below them. So I don't really know.
Yeah, I would say, the Coyotes, they're doing it on the ice though, Rob, but they're also doing it off the ice. They're a team right now. For a team that's only spent $54 million in actual cap dollars for their players is crazy. Fellas, the cap is 82 and they're using that 30 million for long-term IR space right now. So if they actually spent the money on real players in terms of just taking on insurance money, they'd be legit. And I hope they add at the deadline because these guys deserve it. Their roster is a little thinner than most teams in the NHL and they're still getting it done. You can tell that they're having so much fun playing with each other. And guys like Tuna O'Brien, you're just dragging these guys into the fight. Shout out to Spicy Tuna, by the way.
Friend of the show.
What a nail guy.
Absolutely.
They're fun to watch, though.
They are fun to watch.
They're awesome.
Yeah. Mullet's fun, man. I enjoy going to Mullet. I mean, a lot of people don't understand that you can't get that up close experience like in the NHL.
No,
and from every seat.
And
every seat in the house.
And especially when the boys are sitting in the owner's box. How you doing?
Yeah.
That's
nice
the best
seat. Bud.
Yeah, that's the best spot in the league. Folks, as we close out the second period, again, live from Sunrise, but more importantly, live on the couch. This is always, Hockey Night in Scottsdale is always brought to you by Butter Golf and Heat Daddy merch. Folks, head over to Heat Daddy merch. Get your tap-in shirts, 1507. Get something for your side piece this Christmas. If you're looking for a little golf swag or just lifestyle needs, head over to butter.golf. The boys, they always snap it around. So, again, folks, we're going to our second intermission break over here from the couch in North Scottsdale. Get at us in the chat. Chirp us. Gooch, let's take some callers here. Let's take some questions.
This is from T. Spence. Sorry to hound you, but can you tell a funny Brock Besser story during intermission switch? Hey, don't be sorry, man. We appreciate all the questions. We don't see all of them necessarily. We try to get to a lot of them. Sometimes we just read them, but don't be sorry. So, Swish, any funny Brock Besser stories? Off
the top of my head that I could tell on here, probably not. Brock is a golf trip guy, so every year, all of us UND North Dakota alums, it's about 15 to 18 of us, will go on this golf trip. It's about we fly into a city, we fuck it up for 4 days, and just go full tilt. You know, as they say in Tropic Thunder, we go full retard. And it's guys in the National League like Brock Besser, Troy Stetcher comes along, my brother Nick Schmaltz. And, yeah, essentially we just go in there and guns a-blazing. And Brock's one of those guys, foxhole guy, awesome kid, a really good friend of my brother. So, yeah, we have a lot of fun. We tear it up. Brock's just a great guy. He takes care of tabs. So, hanging out with the fellas. So he's a beauty. In terms of what I could really say, I don't want to sewer the kid, but yeah, he likes to have a good time, and he's one of the boys, and he's always in the mix. So shout out to Brock Besser, man, having a great year. He's been through a lot of shit in his life in terms of just, dealing with some family stuff and buddies. But Brock fella, if you're listening, which he might be because he's a friend of the show. I love you, bud. Keep her going.
Yeah, I don't know you, Brock Besser, but I love you too. Why not? Rob, have you had any triple retards today? No, not today. I'm just hungover from last night. I had a bunch of wine. I had a bunch of espresso martinis. I had a bunch of drinks. What's worse, a dad grilling you in the car after your Pee Wee game performance or him driving you home drunk after being at the bar all game? Well, I would love to answer that question, but unfortunately, there's certain relationships in life that I just don't have. Swish, I'll hand it off to you.
What was the question? Sorry.
What's worse, a dad grilling you in the car after your Pee Wee game performance or him driving you home drunk after being at the bar all game?
Well, listen, you never want to go full Daryl Sadori. You go stick handle a kid home. Shout out to Daryl. He's a beauty. I'm not, that just happens, right? That's life. We all fuck up. But in terms of, I would say getting grilled. I mean, you never want your dad driving you drunk home, but it always sucked when you had a bad game and dad was pissed off. But at the same time, they got to shoot you straight. They got to tell you how it is because that's how you get better. And if you don't, if you're always just getting massaged and, getting told how fucking good you are, well, to me, Rob, I think you're going to turn into a pussy.
All-Star game kit goes insane. Yeah, I love it. It's so sick, dude.
Yeah.
So
shout out to Swishy, San Antonio Rampage that year before Christmas. So actually right around All-Star game. I think I had 24 points in 30 games as a defenseman. How are you?
Waterloo, Ontario tapping in here. I love seeing where people are at, bro. Like earlier, kids like, I'm from Denver. I fucking love that shit. It's like, kind of like when I go to heatdaddymerch.com and I don't know, I can see where people order it from. Just there's a live thing and it has the little arrows flying. I love it. It's just cool to see that, people around the country, we're all coming together and just watching some hockey and hanging out.
It's awesome to see this. I mean, even in Canada, it's awesome. People in Finland, all over the place. Like you're staying up late for this. This is so cool. I'm like, we really appreciate it, man. It's awesome. Like we do this for you. Again, we're making zero money of this, but this is for the love of the game, man, and we really appreciate all you tapping in. So, folks, keep asking us, baby.
Any betting suggestions on Carolina and Edmonton? Shout out to Prize Picks. You know what? I'm just gonna say the basic thing that you probably already know. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say Evander Kane over 3 hits on Prize Picks and McDaddy to get a goal.
McDusty to get a goal. I like that, and Evander Kane, as you know, is always banging dudes. So he'll be throwing the weight around, chucking it around. And, yeah, I like that. Folks, lock that in.
Sneaky best contract in the show. Good question.
Sneaky best deal at the top of my head. I mean, Nicky Schmaltz at 5 and a hook. He's been playing unbelievable. That's a great great deal. I'm trying to think of guys that just got absolutely robbed.
Oh, dude, I was just thinking of one. I'd say Chikrin making
Chikrin's
4.
Chikrin's a great deal. Even Gensel making about 5. You know, he's a guy that's a point a game, especially in the playoffs. 2 mugs.
Probably Pasternak.
Pasternak, I mean, making 11, he's still worth every penny, right?
Oh, never mind.
Kale McCarr at 9.5 is crazy. Like he's like a $15 million player. To me, he's the best player in the league, and that's a hot take. I know that, but
yeah,
Willie Stiles at 6 and 6'6". That's a steal.
Oh yeah, that's probably the best one.
So yeah.
Who should the Sharks pick up next? I'd say just about anybody, but no.
I would say just start with a draft and pray you get the number 1 overall pick, because if you're adding pieces right now in terms of just like dollar amounts, it's not worth it because nothing's going to fix that fucking team.
Yeah, Rob, you will be the GOAT daddy. I'm not exactly sure on the context of that, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, the GOAT daddy. Never wrong with that, baby.
Why did the Property Brothers double team my wife if they remodel my kitchen? I think that's actually a tweet. I tweeted on my personal account, but if you just made that up, I guess great minds or idiotic minds think alike.
Well, you're always going to get your 18%, right? And that's probably what they valued your wife at. And gratuity, well, if you want to include it, there's her ass. So
Hagel at 1.5 this season is unreal. Holy shit. He's making 1 and a hook, and that's it?
He's making 1 and a hook, but he jumps up to about 6.5 or whatever it is the following 8 seasons. So that is a great deal. I like that Nick Paul deal, too, in Tampa Bay. He's about 3 and a hook. Great player down there. Plays top 6 for
Nick
power
Paul
play.
Does it all.
Nick Chris Paul.
I enjoy listening to your insight. Thanks for doing these Hockey Night Scottsdale stream, boys. Dude, thanks for joining. Appreciate the hell out of that. It's awesome to hear that people are following along and they enjoy the game. I'm an absolute douchebag to ask for the TV volume up, and now they're being loud. But I don't know if you guys can hear that. But hyped for the Sharks Red Wings game tomorrow. Great to see the Dyna back in Detroit. Greetings from Helsinki. We have someone from Helsinki in the house, baby.
The sink, baby. Tapping in. Where is your favorite spot to grab a chili one in the sink? I had a couple places I like to go. Jackie being one of them. It was always a good spot. What is that karaoke bar too? Right on the water is always a good spot. There's a few. The Cork is a good spot right next to the karaoke bar. Cork, always a little shady trim in there. So let me know where you like to tap in from the sink. Fuck, I miss the sink. It's a great spot. Sauna clubs, wrenches out, mitts out. I mean, unbelievable. Loyally, another spot on the water, a sauna club. So let me know, fella.
That's so sick. Swish, did you buy the painting behind you, or did it come with the place?
Yeah, honestly, my ex-roommate, my girl, bought that. I just haven't taken it down. So it's like an Airbnb in here with the decoration. Actually, we have some pretty solid stuff, but nice case of whiskey. And yeah, that's
No, I like that one's cool.
That one's a really nice.
I like all of them.
That one's expensive, but yeah, this is
it does look expensive as hell.
The painting was a gift, Todd. I'm taking it with me.
Yeah. How many times can Pavelski tip pucks in before someone ties him up? Yeah, I don't know. Good luck. I mean, he's an expert at his craft, right place, right time. But
death, taxes, and Joe Pavelski tipping pucks in are 3 things that are just always going to be staples. So non-negotiables. Pavelski, what a twig! That white piece of lumber he uses. Yeah, he gets his twig on everything.
I rocked the Friday shirt at the bar last week. I got no less than 7 people asking about it. It's good shit. Thank you so much, man. I worked hard on that design. I kind of switched the gear here on Heat Daddy merch, where when I come out with a shirt, and obviously we have the classic ones like the Rangers are nasty and the hockey one, but for anything new, I kind of am putting a lot more effort into the art and design on it. So I'm really happy you like it. I'm happy with how it came out, and thanks for buying and thanks for supporting. I have a hard time getting ad deals because I say the word retard and I joke about autistic things like that. And so basically, when you buy stuff through my store, it helps me out a lot. And hopefully, I never have to go back to working in that job again that I worked in Phoenix that we're not going to talk about. As a male prostitute for a good part of my life. I just made that up.
Sorry, folks. I'm just getting a little bit of a tweet out right now just for the good viewers. I am not texting. I just need to fire something out all in on the skin.
Tapping in from Man Jose. You know why they call it Man Jose? There's a lot of dudes in Man Jose. Replace Anton Carter with Keith Yandel. Well, I think that might be racist because in these days, if you don't have a... All right, we're not going to talk about that. Favorite American player? Okay, all time, I'm going to have to just go with Patrick Kane.
Patty Kane, and if you can't tan it, Chris Chelios, the Greek god. I mean, absolute legend. He's friends with a bunch of rock stars, Kid Rock being one of them. I would say Chelly, and then obviously Showtime. How can you not, Rob? I mean, you're thinking of American players like Showtime, just so nasty. 3 mugs, just an unbelievable player.
Yep.
Swish, who was one of your favorite guys to play with? Well, besides JB Snow, one of my good buddies, the Snowman, Bennington, great guy. Funniest guy I ever played with. trying to think at the top of my head. Jaden Schwartz, really sneakily funny.
Really?
Yes, awesome guy. Rob Bortuzzo, a guy we saw the other night. Yep. Bobby, nice great dude. Scotty Upshaw, hilarious. He was a guy that I first came in the league with, kind of showed me the ropes of basically how to party. I mean, this guy was insane. He played better guilty. So Scotty William Upshaw always had sick style, sick wheels. He was just the definition of National League when I think of guys that really did it right on and off the ice. I believe, if I can tell this story, I think he might have had 2 whacks before his pregame nap one time, and then went out and played a game. It was in Colorado. So shout out to Scotty Upshaw. I'm sure he's not mad that if I share that story. He's a beauty.
Yeah, that's something that you're not going to find on any other hockey commentating show. And that's why we are Hockey Night in Scottsdale. We do it differently.
We do it right. We do it tight, baby.
What are they answering questions on? Anything you guys ask. Yeah. You guys can ask.
Anything you want, baby. We're talking to you, baby. I got my Christian Bro stick. How you doing? Swish, did you ever play against Rafi Torres? And yeah, it's actually a sick curve. It's a custom curve, 93-1. Swish, did you ever play against Rafi Torres, and how tucked was his chin? Man, that guy, talk about a criminal on skates. I mean, when you saw that red beard flying across the neutral zone, there's a reason why he had a suspension lasting 41 games. And it probably should have been more. He was literally a gangster. Like, when you look at him off the ice, you're like, this guy is a UFC fighter on a set of knives on this ice. Like, he was insane.
This thing is so
Rafi
sick.
Torres, never played against him. Thank fucking God I didn't. Craziest guy I probably ever played against, I would say Zach Cassian, just because I was matched up with him one game. And he would, on the forecheck, when he would dump the pill in, and this was in his Edmonton heydays, he would bark at me, and I'd be like shit my pants. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Cass again. Like, he was a nut job. But as I got to know him over the years, especially last year, he was playing in the desert. Awesome guy, good chin, fucks hard, throws both. So shout out to Zach Cassian. Fucks hard, throws both. Do the Leafs need to get rid of Keefe to go deep? Now, speaking of Sheldon Keefe, I had him in Toronto in the Marlies. In the jungle, AHL. He was with the Marlies at the time. He had just won a Calder Cup there, the AHL championship, making his way through the ranks of pro hockey, spent time in Sault Ste. Marie with Kyle Dubas before that. But I think he's a really good coach. I think he's really stressed out. I mean, no offense to Kiefer. It looks like he's swallowed a couple airbags since I've seen him. Like, let's get gluten-free here, brother. Let's figure it out. And I'm not here body shaming, but it just seems like he's stressed out, and that market can do that to you. And I think he's a really good coach, and I think they can get to where they want to go with him because he's a proven winner. He's a guy that's won at every level and just a really good coach, X's and O's wise. But at the end of the day, you need the roster to do it, and I think the Toronto Maple Leafs, they really need a back end. They need to add some guys, Tanev being one of them, and I think they just need some more heavy guys back there, especially in their bottom 6.
Swallowing airbag.
Yeah, like he looks big, man. He looks stressed out. Like, it looks like he swallowed a couple airbags. Like, fuck.
This stick is so sick.
How thick is that curve?
Like, this is so
I told
sick.
him make me a little P92 with a little kickstand at the top
how
of it.
How did you order it?
It's Christian Brothers, baby.
Yeah, but just
I know a guy.
Website?
Yeah, I know a guy.
Swish 93-1.
Swish 93-1.
Can you see this?
Swish 93-1. How sick is that twig from Christian Brothers? I got a 3-pack. I'm going to hit the ODR with those.
Are you actually going to play with it?
Yeah. I'm going to tape it up. I just don't know if I'm going to go black tape or white. I'm a white tape guy, but.
Yeah, I'm a white tape guy too.
TJ Hooker. Folks, keep asking us questions. What do we got out there tonight? We've got about 6-7 minutes, again, before we go live for the third period. Wearing the AHL Jungle All-Star jersey. It's absolutely elite. Number 4, Bobby Orr in the back. Swishy swish. This game was in Utica. Hilarious. So,
what up, Chen?
Chenny, what up, fella?
Welcome to the chat, fella. Yeah, that thing is a hook. I love it. This is the curve I use. I use a Bo Bennett, actually. Bo is nice. Shout out to Bo. Oh, I forgot to ask him to come on.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on a couple. I'm trying to work, honestly, on a couple of the Coyote guys, but they're giving me a little icy right now, a little iced Americano.
Are they not answering?
Schmaltz, unregistered gun to your head. What Canadian market would you sign an 8-year contract for? Honestly, bro, if I'm picking one, it's probably Toronto. It's the mecca of all hockey. All the eyes are on you. If you can handle the pressure and be able to block it out, there's no better place to play. And I think if you ever won there, oh my God, the trim would be lining up from the border of Detroit to King Street, trying to get into every bar the boys are at. Because if you won there, talk about fucking hard and throwing both ways. And as a single guy, there wouldn't be a better place to take the mug around and showboat it around the city. So shout out to the Toronto Maple Leafs. I still think they have the cleanest style in the league. They get treated so well there. So I think if I'm signing an 8-year ticky, it's right in the Mecca. I'm joining 34, and we're running that fucking city.
What's your guys' least favorite religion? We already answered that one.
Yeah. Thoughts on shitting yourself in the Arby's parking lot after a long day of work? Well, listen, life isn't perfect. And if you're going to shit yourself, well, I guess it's best in the confinements of your car rather than out in public. It's a messy cleanup, and I don't think a phone booth or a couple Chipotle napkins in your glove compartment can fix. But, hey, stay with it out there. And again, don't be afraid to double down with another roast beef and cheese. Nice cheddar fucking cheese and beef, ham and cheese, whatever it is. You played with Soderstrom. Think he will be a stud in the NHL. Souls. If I'm being honest, which I provide all honesty over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale, no, I don't. I don't think he will be. Obviously, I hope he proves me wrong. I think he's got a lot to learn just in terms of how to be a professional, but he has good skill. You can't doubt that. He was 11th overall pick back in the day from John Chaika, who now runs a bunch of Wendy's. So, yeah, I think, for me, he doesn't really fit well on the Coyotes blue line for what they need. He's a power play guy. They have that in Sean Durzi, which I hope he's okay because he's been playing great this year. And they have guys like J.J. Moser or Valimaki.
J.J. Moser's a stud.
To run that second unit. So, yeah, I don't know. I think he's like an in-between guy. He holds onto the puck. He can make plays, but he's a little undersized and doesn't skate all the best for some of those smaller defensemen who are really mobile. So it'll be interesting to see. I think he's an in-between guy. You're also talking to a first-round bust over here myself, so who am I to say?
What are the odds the boys run a double header for either 9 p.m. game? No gear necessary. You nutsack soup having beauty. The thing about doing a double header is like it's 6 hours of talking. So we just want to give you our best couple hours.
Like we don't stop.
No, we don't shut the fuck up, which is easy for me because I never shut up. But I think one of those days, like maybe in playoffs, we'll be more likely to do something where we just marinate all day and watch hockey. But for now, we're just keeping it to one game at a time. I usually get hungry because I'm a fat idiot. So usually by the end of the one game here, Swish, I get pretty hungry. I go, muck something disgusting. And but we appreciate you wanting us to do more.
100%. Yeah, no, I think especially how turned on we like to be, like we don't stop. Like there's streams out there, and I think that's what makes us unique is we commentate the game. We're constantly buzzing, and we're trying to provide the best entertainment for you guys. So one right now, I think when a frenzy comes back, maybe we'll do an extended period of time, or maybe we'll do a back-to-back or a doubleheader come playoff time. But right now, again, just one. Rob, just another quick announcement we wanted to make. It's basically official. We signed the papers today. We'll be going up to Calgary for the Battle of Alberta, folks.
Woo!
January 20th. That's a Saturday. Edmonton visiting the Calgary Flames. We're going to be live from a bar there right across the street. We don't want to announce it yet in terms of what it actually is, but I think the place. It's a big dance hall. It has a casino. It's the number one spot in all of Calgary. So we are fired the fuck up to go up there, get to the good people of Western Canada. And we're going to be hitting the road here, folks. This is our first circus stop in terms of Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Going in, basically what we're going to do is a live show, a comedic act. We get fan engagement. We have an alum come on, snapping it around, and then basically go back to the bar after the game and party with you all. So people in Western Canada, mark your calendars right now. It is a place you all know. It's the same place the Dallas, the football team, Cowboys, in Calgary. So, folks, again, Western Canada out there, January 20th, Battle of Alberta, the boys live from Cowboys. We're fired up. We're going to be up there. It is per Darren. We've signed the papers. So, fired up, Rob, and cannot wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to do a live show in Calgary where the chicks are horny and the people are passionate. So, can't wait to do that as my MacBook decided to go low battery. So, I'm going to go get the San Diego Charger and charge this fucking thing up. But, yep, that's true. January 20th for the Battle of Alberta, we will be doing a live show in Calgary at Cowboys Dance Hall. And the third period started. I'm going to go get my San Diego
Get
Charger.
your San Diego Charger. Folks, again, if you're following along with the boys right now, 1951 and counting. That's the Dallas Stars. Just ice the puck. Jamie Benn going to reset the offensive zone. 3-1 Florida Panthers leading the Dallas Stars, the visiting team from the Lone Star State. Shots right now. Dallas 24, Florida 22. As we get this final frame underway, Dallas needs to find something early here in the third period to get their mojo back, baby, as they're in their defensive zone. Jamie Benn. Oh, Miro Heiskanen, okay, fella. Nice patience over there. Boise State University. Jamie Benn with a nice little knockdown play. Be nice just to get one here if you're Dallas. Beat Bob. Get the home team a little on their heels, and then go from there, right? Only down one. I mean, the worst lead in hockey is 2. As we know, sometimes 3 and maybe 4. But right now, this game is closer than you think. And Rope Hintz, man, just getting hit in the face all over the ice right now. He took that high stick in the end of the second period there. Now takes a puck, I believe, right to the chicklets. Not coming in at any high speed. Oh, just looked right by the eye. But, yeah, he's all right. He's making enough money. He'll be okay. So the finish flash.
A lot of guys are getting hit in the face tonight.
Yeah, they are. Okay, well, they're going to take him to the box. They're taking Sammy Bennett to the box. Paul Maurice does not like the call, but he does have a better tie-in than his counterpart on the other side of the bench in Pete DeBoer. Pete DeBoer looks like he's wearing a sock tonight as he tied up. 19:26 to play, folks. Dallas Stars going to the power play. This will be their 3rd consecutive power play. Hopefully they get something done here as they are down trailing the Florida Panthers 3-1 in the final frame. Bob Gucci gets settled in and grabs his mic.
And we're back.
We're back, and Dutchie's 6-string snaps it back to Miro Heiskanen as he massages that thing like a piece of Wagyu. And we just talked about him. We were talking about him all night, how he's been playing well. He is he's a guy that brings guys into the fight. He's an identity-type player. Mason Marchment, former Toronto Marley, played with this kid in the jungle. And that's where he makes his living, Rob. Right in front of the cage, right in front of that 4x6 as he bangs one home.
Kind of like the 7-Eleven advertisement. I don't like the advertisement on the helmets, but the 7-Eleven one is like kind of a little bit, part of me while I use this word, a little bit swaggy.
Yeah, 7-Eleven. I mean, open always like 7-Eleven, right?
Yep.
Good spot when you're a little faded, late night, you can grab a cheese stick, a hot dog on the.
I'm a Chex Mix guy.
Chex Mix?
And that's what I go to. I go to Chex Mix, just muck the whole thing. It's a solid, 1,200 calories and just it's terrible for you. But I love the bold Chex Mix. I love them black.
Just Control Alt Delete them, and then you just wake up and they're all over your bed.
Oh, they're always all the time. I actually just put my sheets in the wash today because I was sitting right before I got here because I was laying in them just sweating profusely.
Just leaking.
I think leaking out the pits.
Yeah, we got a couple of problems over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale, but who doesn't? Folks, anyways, back to the action. The Dallas Stars able to cut the lead in half as they trail Florida Panthers 3-2 in the final frame here. Folks, this game's heating up a bit. That's Dutchie getting a high twig on that puck. Aaron Ekblad corrals it, plays it up the wall to his partner, Gustav Forsling, as he sends it 30 feet to their own blue line. And Rodriguez gets it in deep. Rob, let's get Dallas going here. Let's get something going 5-on-5. Let's get a game going. Folks, again, we go to commercial break around 13 minutes, depending on the whistles. So get at us in the chat. Ask us a few questions. The chat has been unbelievable tonight. I love when the chat brings energy. It's good for the game. It's good for entertainment. You've been asking great questions. So if you're following along with the boys, well, stay with us, baby. We're doing it right.
Yeah, I'm really appreciative of the chat tonight because I'm absolutely stung like a bee. So, I don't have the greatest energy tonight. I apologize for that. But, the chat's really just keeping me going here, Switch. And obviously, shout out to Switch for taking the lead on the show as always. And we're happy to be here. Beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. The chicks are so hot.
The chicks are so hot here. And speaking of 23-year-old Brazilian girls, shout out to them for no apparent reason than maybe other than last night. Folks, again, 17:43 and counting. Dallas with a little bit of a push here. We'd like to see him get it going a little bit more as Ryan Lomberg takes it over the halfway point and exits a nice little dump in, a deposit, if you will, into the Dallas Stars zone. A little bit sloppy here to start, I won't lie. They finally got on the board. They had 3 power plays. Look for Florida, probably get their chance here. The refs, they're going to be looking, just subconsciously or consciously. They've called the last 3 on Florida. I guarantee Florida gets a power play in the next probably 4 to 5 minutes, Rob. They're going to be looking for anything here.
Oh, there it is.
I'm surprised they did not call that. It was kind of Matty Tkachuk, man. What's he been doing tonight? Did he take a sleeper before the game?
He might be on a couple Valiums tonight.
I was going to say,
I haven't noticed them at all.
Did he take a muscle relaxer before this game, like Kodak Black, sitting in Suite 116? Remember Brooks Koepka at the game, how snowed out he was?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That was insane.
Shout out to Kodak Black, friend of the show.
Didn't he tuck in a suite there at a game?
No, he just had a chick grinding on him, and people, people in the old white community, they did not like that.
He just wanted to get his wrench stiff.
Yeah.
Yeah, stiff. There's nothing wrong with a stiff wrench.
No.
Shout out to Lucas Oil. If you need a little lubrication, well, call your local Jiffy Lube. Folks, again, 16-23 and counting here as Florida trying to regain a little of the steam they had in the first period and even into the second as they were kind of just holding on, killing off a couple penalties. They run into some trouble that way in terms of not being able to stay, well, at 5-on-5. Hakanpää, how'd that fake? Yeah, I was going to say, buddy, that didn't really look like I wasn't fooling anyone.
Dutchy with a little casual toss on net there.
Yeah, Dutchy and his sixth string getting it done as always. I think he's actually having a decent year in Dallas. He got bought out. That probably hurts the ego a little bit. But I think he's fitting nice with Dallas. He is what he is. I don't think he's like a $9 million player at this point in his career. But Dutchy's a good player. He's solid. He's a little bit soft, I would say. But he's going to get his points. He's good on the power play. Used to wear the white Reeboks. I don't know if he's wearing them anymore. But, folks, again, keep asking us some questions over here. We will get to you in about 2 or 3 minutes as the puck goes out of play in the Florida zone. Nico Mikkola sends it over and out of the window.
Yep, keep the chat buzzing. We're going to get to the chat at the commercial break as Paul Maurice is chewing on this like a piece of bubble yum. Shout out to Young Jock, friend of the show.
Young JOC.
It's going down. You know what, Swiss? Robertson's been a little quiet tonight, too. I haven't really noticed him. I don't know if I just can't see the screen.
No, you're right. He's been a non-factor in the game. Those power play chances, he wasn't, he didn't really do anything on the wall there. Whoa, what a slap pass by Yanni Hakanpää to Evgeny Datnov. Like we talked about before, Rob, Datnov, he can only play for Pete DeBoer.
That was going to happen on TV. Gary called that one in. We got a 3-3 game in the third period on national television.
Yep, folks, we are now tied, as we said about 3 minutes ago. The worst lead in hockey is 2, sometimes 3, and maybe 4. But right now, we have a tie game. Great play by Hakanpää.
Yep, head up.
Boom. Gets it through, boom, shot tip. How are you? Datnov, all he does, get your stick on the fucking ice, redirect that Russia on Russian crime. Is that legal? Well, that's up to Putin to decide, but that's a nice little tip in there as we send this game to all squared up.
Do you think all the Russian guys know all the Russian guys?
Oh, they do. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like they seek each other out in every city. It's like they have to go over. They have to do their little, they'll probably have some borscht. They'll probably have whatever they muck at night and just all hang out because none of the Russian guys, as nice as they are, they're never going to hang out with you outside of the sheet.
Really?
Like they'll come to the team parties. They'll come to the bar. The cool ones will come to the bar with the boys after a big win. And a lot of them are cool guys, but it's very Russian.
But it's also a huge language barrier.
It is. And just like lifestyle, it's just like, Russians don't really shower and, it's just different, man.
It's not like Spanish where I can kind of like say like yo comprendo and you kind of know, but Russian is just a whole new ballgame.
Ivan Barbashev, probably the coolest Russian I've ever played with, like beauty.
Really?
Yeah, like he's a good dude. But yeah, I mean they all were always great to me in terms of the Russians I play with. I just think, if there's a Russian person, even they don't even have to be on the team, they might just know a Russian in the city and they'll go hang out with them, go over to their place. They're very keep to themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Russian people, I guess.
Shout out to Russian people, and you know what they really like is a good tracksuito. Like something that is very expensive, like a Gucci jumper. Oh, no way!
The second bad bounce of the game.
Look what I found, fella. Sasha Barkov. Right on the doorstep. Jesus, that was gift wrap. Christmas came early, baby. St. Nick. On Finnish Independence Day, he fucking gets that. I guess, when you're hot, you're hot. Shout out to the good people of Finland.
How was Barkov Finnish?
I know his dad was Russian and he was playing in the SM League at the time and had him there, and I think they stayed ever since.
Oh my, that's a crazy down.
That's just for the people of Finland right there.
Yeah.
Celebrating their independence from Russia, back in the day. I think the country's only about 100 odd years old. So yeah, he gets that. Harley has no idea. He's half faded. He whacked the pen at intermission. And I mean,
right upstairs.
And he went high and hard with that.
Way
he didn't really have to.
Hides the lubrication. Yeah, he did go way upstairs. 4-3 game in South Florida. I can't believe. So wait, Finland had control of Russia? I didn't know that.
Other way around.
Russia had control of Finland, I mean?
You got Craig backing up Janicek. Other way around. Yeah, no, Russia. Oh, yeah, Russia was the big old bully to Finland back in the day, and it's only been about 100 years.
What the fuck? I didn't even know that. But
Yeah.
Russia, they need to calm down, dude. Just fucking chill.
I mean, they still talk about they threaten Finland like we're gonna just take you over and
why leave Finland?
I know.
Why do you even want Finland? It's so cloudy. It rains a lot.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just Putin. Just he might like Helsinki and a couple bars there.
He's just bored.
Like downtown Helsinki literally has a Russian Orthodox church still there. I think it's like mafia, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to the mafia, friend of the show.
Ryan,
who is in the crease right now?
Oh my god,
2 guys in the crease.
Soaked.
You come home and there's 2 guys in your wife's crease.
Oh,
There's
got a penalty
on
here.
the way.
Who we going? Who's going? Folks, I believe the next whistle, there will be a TV timeout. So please get at us in the chat as who is going Sammy Steele and Oliver Ekman Larson. Oh my God, they got a fencing match going on. Holy cross check. Steele's going after all that.
Wow.
Wow, that's
I don't know about
calling
that.
it on a younger player. We talked about it.
Yep.
The referees. Folks, again, let's go. That's assault, brother. Let's go to the chat here. Let's get at it. What do we got? Let's see. Okay. Can you guys do a live show in Scottsdale? My brother lives there, so it would be even more. I think he's probably trying to say incentive. I guess incentive to come. Yeah, I got shades on. Sorry, to come out your way. Yeah. Talk much, Jordan. There. Yeah, I think eventually, maybe in and around Waste Management, we're trying to line something up with our buddy. He has a couple bars down here, so I think it could be done just based on our Patrick Reed of the situation in terms of golf fans down here and hockey fans. I think we could line something up. There's a lot of snowbirds that come down, especially in and around the Waste Management. So yeah, we'll try to get that going. But as of now, we don't have anything on the books, but we're always sniffing, baby. Let's go to, are the Canucks frauds? You know what? I don't know if they are as good as the level they're playing right now. I think they have a lot of guys playing over their skis. I think as the graph kind of comes down back to a human level, right now they're just riding this high. I think it'll have to come down a little bit and dip. They're a playoff team. Now, do I think they are a Stanley Cup contender? I don't think so. But again, I'm an asshole sitting in an American Hockey League all-star jersey with fast shades on and my visor cocked to the sky, saying they're not going to do it. But I just don't think they're cup level or worthy yet.
What the fuck?
We're back.
Oh, we're back. We're good. That was weird. Yeah, I'm just going to agree with you on all that, honestly.
We'll take one more swish. Remember watching you in STL back in 2008. Big Rig was throwing both ways off the opening draw. Big Rig, just had him on our show. It's going to drop tomorrow, live in 5. Shout out to the podcast I do with my buddy Gage Osmus. We had the Big Rig on and talk about throwing both ways. I mean, this is a guy that's fought Chara 3 times. He's had a trilogy. I mean, speaking of trilogies off the top of my head that are that good, The Hangover, maybe Lord of the Rings, and a couple others. But yeah, the Big Rig, unbelievable dude. I actually rented his place that year. He gave me his place as he moved into his house. But yeah, beauty. As we get back to the action, he was confirmed throwing both ways, and talk about a good chin out of South County, St. Louis.
Yeah, The Hangover really do. All those movies are really good. Every now and then, let's watch the fucking Hangover. It's just a classic.
Folks, we have a power play right now as Florida looks to extend their lead up 4-3. 13-12 to play and counting. Dallas Stars trying to get out of this with, not giving up a goal. Jake Ottinger backing the boys up. Penalty kill looks pretty good. They've always had a solid unit back there, especially those big fucking Finnish defensemen and Hakanpää and Esa Lindell. Oh,
stuff that thing in there.
Ooh, like a calzone, just stuffed. Brandon Montour coming back from injury. Honestly, I haven't watched a whole lot of Florida Panther games this year, Rob, but he looks good coming back from that season-ending shoulder surgery late into June last year. A guy that had a really good playoff and a guy they need to man this power play.
Yeah, and shout out to whoever said that. Shout out to me for playing guilty tonight. I appreciate that. I'm absolutely battling. I'm not going to lie, Swish. I think next time I'm going to be a little bit more mature and realize that my hangovers, they're a little longer now. So when I'm on the nights that we have hockey night in Scottsdale, I'm not going to really get too banged up the night before that. It's just immature, and I want to issue an apology.
Battle Creek, Michigan, folks. Rob Gucci playing a little under the weather, but here with you folks, doing our best we can as Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Oh, Rodrigo.
Oh, Evan Rodriguez is the best player in the NHL.
Oh, my God. Patience of a nun. What a play by Rodriguez there. Jiminy Christmas.
Evan Rodriguez is dirty.
That was sick. Look how he just waited out all the traffic in front and then did a little push to his forehand. And by that time, Ottinger expected him to maybe just shoot it or go back against the grain, and he goes to that strong side. Oh, that was sick. Was that on purpose?
Evan Rodriguez kind of nice.
Man, he kind of whiffed on it.
Yeah.
That's what threw Ottinger off. And then he goes, top titty, how are you? Where grandma hides the Percocets and a couple sniffers, and there's nothing he can do there. There's nothing Ottinger can do. Rodriguez says, show me the money. I only signed a $2 million deal, but hey, if you're watching this game, Billy Zito, get out your fucking checkbook and dust off the Team Amex.
Wow, 5-3 with 12 remaining.
12 and a hook. Okay, well, back to 2, I guess, here, folks. Dallas really needs to get something going as they send out the Datinoff line, Robertson, and Wyatt Johnston, the young fella. Well, this line has honestly been, besides the Datinoff goal with Hagenpah, I mean, they've shifted up the lines here a little bit. They didn't start the game like this. Pavelski was with Robertson, but I don't know. Robertson's got to get going. He's been pretty sleepy, Joe, along with Kachuk, though. Like he hasn't shown me much all night.
It's weird that it's a 5-3 game. Like, I don't even know who the fuck scored. Evan Rodriguez has 5 tonight in my head.
What was the over-under on this? 6 and a hook?
I bet you was 6.5.
Yeah. Here's the Finnish kid that we cannot pronounce his name as he just throws a nice pizza. Wyatt Johnson massages it. Robertson just cannot skate. Like, he's a guy that, he doesn't play with a whole lot of tempo, but when he gets a chance, especially inside those hash marks, he will make you pay.
He looked like he hung titties tonight. Maybe he had a couple last night at what's that one place called?
The Elbow Room?
No. In Miami. I'm out here in Miami. Shout out to Sexy Red, friend of the show.
Are you thinking of
I'm thinking of that restaurant that's so popular down there. Dave Grutman owns it.
Oh, what? Poppy Steak?
No, not Poppy Steak. It's something like that, though. I'm drawing a blank. You know what I'm talking
11?
about? What?
The strip club 11?
No, but he does look like he went to 11 last night.
He does. I mean, that kid literally just plays Fortnite all night.
Shout out to Magic City Mondays in Atlanta. I want to go to the Magic City Mondays.
I need to get to Atlanta. I need to party with Lou Williams. Like, that's a bucket list. If I could party with Lemon Pepper Lou, like that, he's literally one of my favorite athletes of all time. I have a
Komodo, yeah.
I have a Lou Williams jersey. I have a Lou Williams sweatshirt. I mean, he's the underground goat.
Do you think he's still partying?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're talking about a guy that left the bubble to go to a strip club. Like, think about how nails that. Then he had to come back in quarantine for like 7 days. Like, talk about a nail gun. He faked a family emergency. The only emergency was he needed some thighs to be on his fucking face at Magic City. Like, that is so sick. Dude, shout out to Lemon Pepper.
NBA guys are so funny. They just they're the best basketball players in the world, and they act like they don't care. They're like, I can't go to practice. I have to go to a strip club.
Could you send Nick an email to get on this stream?
Yep. Hell yeah. And then I got to announce it. What's his just show it to me. I want to tell these people.
It's right here. Folks, we're going to try to bring on a coyote here. Get some expert analysis right now of their 5-game winning streak. They play tomorrow night at Mullet Arena, taking on John Tortorella and the Philadelphia Flyers. They are coming to town to play at the iconic Mullet Arena. They will be working hard and stay off the tracks. If Garnett Hathaway is on the sheet, oh my God, he put Luke Hughes in the valet parking lot the other night. So, folks, we're going to try to bring on someone that is a dear friend of the show. See what's popping up with the Coyotes. Stay with us, folks.
Is he going to come on?
I think so.
Okay.
Folks, again, get at us in the chat. We'll take a couple questions right now. You fellas ever been to Bones in Scottsdale? I believe that's a cabaret. We drove by it the other night. It's on Scottsdale Road. That place is always lit up like a goddamn Christmas tree. The Gucci flu game. Founder of Wrenchcraft LLC. I love just a Wrenchcraft. T. Spence, thanks, fella. Live in 5, fella. What are the pros' opinions on playing in a college rink, especially the Nodak boys? Well, it's funny you say that because last night, Jordan Binnington, a guy I had dinner with on Friday night, was talking about the Mullet Arena after their game in Vegas. And he was like, Rob, I don't know if you caught the interview. It was so funny. He's like, yeah, it's a little different atmosphere playing here in Vegas versus playing in a college arena in Arizona.
He
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, it was so funny. So, yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, that was I think it's cool, though. I think it's an intimate experience. I tweeted out about a week ago. It's like watching your favorite band or artist in a small, intimate concert venue. So I think it's cool. NHL hockey, now it shouldn't be there for the long term, but for right now, it's pretty cool. Jordo Lasco, bud, pulled that uni out of the glass case. No, fella, I actually just pulled this out of a dirty laundry set, AHL Jungle. It's hanging up, had to have it. I actually have a couple jerseys I want my folks to bring down. I want to start wearing them on hockey night. I think it's funny. So Lou Williams has his own section permanently at Magic City. That is confirmed per Darren Dreyer, Elliot Freeman, and all the disciples of Bob McKenzie. Remember when the whole Suns team got sucked off by that one skunk in the bubble? Yeah, man.
That's an insane
That is so sick. She got, yeah, man. Talk about lip service. She was on talk about sucking a bunch of wrench crafts. Yeah, she was all over that thing like like white on rice. I don't know. She got mouth tucked like more like I believe like they had like 13 players on the roster, including a couple black aces. Like she literally just got face tucked by like 12 of their players, and that's just
face tuck.
That's hey, for the good of the game.
All in.
Get into the bubble, and we don't want to be spreading this virus, so the more the merrier. And again, like a Joseph A. Bank deal, 3-4 for 1, all in on the jaw, literally on the jaw. Hey, Rob, would you rather play at, you know this place? Drake Cut?
Oh, Drake it, Ice Hate. Oh, my God, dude. This place was fucking Drake it. The ice is literally gray. Like, it is so bad. Like, you can see the concrete, like, right under your feet. And it's like the roof isn't even attached. It's just like you're playing under a tent. What a nail gun
that is
of a fucking place. Shout out to the Drake it Ice House. We used to play there, and this one kid that played against their home, he was a player on their team, just wouldn't even wear shoulder pads in a real hockey game. He was an absolute HVAC unit. Shout out to the Drake at Ice House as we get back to the game here. 8:40 remaining here, folks.
Yep. Keep asking away, folks. We will have 1 or 2 more TV timeouts. So I love it. Dallas Stars looking to cut the lead in half here as they trail 5-3. They're on the 5-on-4 power play. Robertson, get something going. Send something into Pavelski. Heiskanen, come on, fella. Get one through.
166 people on Twitter. We do have a special guest joining us soon.
Yeah, we're hoping he's going to come on here, folks. We sent him the email. We don't want to say a name yet, but he will be joining us. National Leaguer out of the Coyotes. They're playing unbelievable right now. They are 5 out of 5 in their last 5, looking to extend that streak. Rob, if they win tomorrow night at the iconic Mullet Arena, it'll be the longest or tie the longest winning streak in franchise history. So don't call it a comeback, baby. The Desert Dogs are here, and they are in a playoff spot in a wild card position. So, folks, low and slow if you're going to Mullet tomorrow. Again, get at us in the chat right now. We have a power play for the Dallas Stars. Thomas Harley manning the top of the key as a young player who is out of upstate New York. I spent there it is. There it is. We needed it. We got it. How the fuck are you? Who tipped that fucking thing?
Are you serious? This is Hockey Night in Scottsdale.
God damn it. Who tipped that? Was that Marshman or was that straight in?
The hell of a tip.
The hell of a view. Eric Church. Oh, my God. I don't think he...
Right through the wickets. Holy jumping.
Oh, my God. Keep your box closed. I don't even think that was tipped, was it?
Holy
jumping. Yeah, it was.
Are you serious?
Wyatt Johnson got a little piece of lumber on that. You can see with the white tape. He just nicks it and changes direction. I honestly slows the puck up a little bit, and it's able to seep through the wickets of Sergei Bobrovsky right on the goddamn river.
Hell goddamn fucking yeah, dude. We have a close hockey. We have a 5-4 game with 7 and a hook remaining in the
7 and a
period.
hook, folks. 7 and a hook. We got a 5-4 game right now.
Sam the Fireman Bennett misses wide.
Sam, I am, fella. Folks, we got a great game here live from Sunrise, Florida, but most importantly...
Oh, hey, no. Hey. Oliver Ekman-Furta has been a little bit aggressive tonight.
Oliver Ekman-Furta, Boys Larson. Folks, we are going to bring on a special guest here. We are confirmed. We're going to have him for about 5 minutes. He's cooking food right now, and his +1 is lovely. He's not home, so we don't want to start the place on fire. Hey, Billy Joel, we didn't start the fire, baby, but coming on here soon, my brother Nick Schmaltz joining us, folks. So Arizona Coyote forward plays on the first line, a guy named Clayton Keller. They've been playing well lately. Nick Schmaltz, 4 goals in the last 3 games. So Nicky's going to come on here for a little bit, 3 to 5 minutes, talk it out. We just want to get a little touch on the Desert Dogs. I don't think he's going full Darren McCarty, but I would love to have Darren on. What an awesome guy. So, folks, if you have any questions for Nick, we'll answer a few, but Nicky coming on here soon, and we will let you know when he does. We have 7:19 to play here. The Dallas Stars trail the Florida Panthers live from sunrise, 5 to 4. But more importantly, bringing you all the action from the couch in North Scottsdale. Bob,
it's so funny walking in here. I have a suit. I have all this camera equipment and shit. And people are probably like, what the hell is going on? Like, this guy, little do they know, hockey night in frickin' Scottsdale. Oh, shit, we got to add him. Hold on.
Folks, we're getting Nick Schmaltz on here, my brother and dear friend of the show, for about 5 minutes. Folks, please get at us here. We're in the chat.
We're about to get Kodak Black on. He is a friend of the show, but he could not make it tonight. He is fighting a triple homicide case in South Florida. Coming to the show right here, right now.
Yeah, let's do it, baby.
There we go.
We're live here. Folks, how we doing? We have number 8 of the Arizona Coyotes, Nick Schmaltz, my brother, joining us. The Arizona Coyotes right now are hotter than a goddamn pistol. They've won 5 in a row. They're looking to extend that tomorrow night as John Tortorella and the Philadelphia Flyers come to town. Nick, 4 goals in the last 3 games. Brother, how we feeling? Thank you for popping on Hockey Night in Scottsdale.
What's up, boys? Yeah, it's a pleasure to be on here. Yeah, Yotes are feeling pretty good. Got some good mojo going at the mullet right now. Our goal netminder's kicking for us, so we're having a lot of fun doing it.
Absolutely. And you speak on Ingram and the way he's kicking for the boys. He's so square to the puck. I mean, I know nothing about goaltending. I don't think you do either, but he looks really good. He's unbelievable. Your power play's clicking. Just talk about the chemistry of you and Clayton Keller right now. You guys are buzzing. When that game gets going, fella, there's not a whole lot of defenses that can play with you because you guys look really good. It's almost like a Harlem Globetrotters where you're always constantly moving.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we played together for a bit here, so we just try to, use a lot of picks and kind of confuse defenses by rolling over the top of each other, cutting back, kind of just confusing them. And, it's been a lot of fun. We're playing with the young buck Cooley, so he's finding his way and he looks better every game. So a lot of fun right now for the Yotes. Steam's picking up in the desert.
Yeah, dude, I don't know how the cameraman for the Coyotes keeps up with the play. Like the way they cycle, they put other teams in the spin cycle. Like I don't know what milligram Adderall the camera guy's on, but I don't know if you saw the Instagram post. Yeah. Like the guy captured it perfectly. Yeah. Like what absolute. Someone give that guy an 8x8.
Yeah, he's seeing it
right now. But just, Nick, even touch on the mullet. I mean, you go in there, it's the second year at the iconic Mullet Arena. It just feels like you guys are about 8-4 at home. It seems like a lot of teams can't handle mullet for whatever it is. It's a smaller venue, but you guys seem to play really well there. And just touch on the mullet and, for the short term, how much fun it's been there.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I think even when we first played it, it just feels – the ice is the same size, but I don't know, something about the smaller crowd, and I don't know, it just feels like a tighter arena and feels like you have less time and space out there for some reason. So that probably catches them off guard. It might have been out the night before too. That probably helps us. They might
be at the wet deck,
little rookie party wet deck, whatever they're doing. So I don't know. I think it's a tough building to play.
That game on Monday night was so cool. You guys are up 5 Cobb in the first period, and there's just not much better when it's kind of point night right away. I mean, you had 2 tucks. You probably could have had about 6 or 7 in that game. You hit a post for the hat trick. It's not when you're in that flow state and you were playing well, and there's good chemistry. You guys are maybe going out a little bit, at home and hanging out with each other. It just seems like the team is really gelling right now for the Coyotes, and it seems like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, especially the guys that have been here for a while. You know, we've had some tough years, so just that winning feeling. There's not much better than that when the boys are rolling, and you know, you get the win song going in the locker room. Everyone's buzzing. Just a lot of fun, and you know, hopefully we can keep this going. It's still early in the year, so a lot of hockey left, and you know, we're just trying to go game by game here.
I don't know if you guys want to disclose, or if you want to disclose this, but what is the win song for you guys?
We got a little zombie start off, and then right to Colt 45.
Colt 45, no way.
Oh
my God, Colt 45. And
shout out Afro.
Maybe that's all we need.
You know what? I might go to the game actually. Today, Wednesday, tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I might bring a tape measure and just kind of measure the rink myself. See if it's actually smaller.
Yeah,
like, I don't know. It could be.
I actually skated on that ice recently. I actually got off after 20 minutes. I just wasn't good enough to be there. But it actually, even for me, I was like, it did feel a little, I don't know, something was different. I don't know.
Built different.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check with the county if those measurements.
Yeah, we'll get the tape measure out. We'll maybe walk it off like a nice putt on on the felt there. But Nikki, before we let you go, I know you're cooking up a meal right now. Thursday night mullet. Then you go on the road after that. But hopefully you guys can keep this thing going. Hopefully it's a good crowd because it's been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah,
and I think you guys are putting the league on notice in terms of the Coyotes are for real, and you guys are in that wild card spot right now. I know it's early, but the vibe's got to be good, and just keep this thing rolling, right? Because it's a lot of fun, and people are enjoying it. There's good vibes here in the desert, baby.
Yeah, there really is. It's actually really fun to watch, dude. Like I don't know, I didn't get to many games last year, but this year I'm trying to go to every single one. So it's been a blast, and yeah, absolutely.
Yep. What are you cooking up tonight, fella? What do you got going?
A little just meat and potato type night.
Yeah, meat and potatoes up the wall.
Yeah, ribeye reverse sear 20, then 2 aside on the grill.
Right, that's sawed off. How are you?
Yeah.
You got what are you watching over there? You watching any NHL? You watching this game, or are you just literally just?
I was watching the T-Wolves versus the they're playing the Wembanyama.
Oh yeah,
Wembanyama. Yeah.
Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Wembanyama.
All right, brother. Well, we appreciate you popping on, talking to the boys here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Folks, again, that was number 8, Nick Schmaltz of the Arizona Coyotes. 4 goals in the last 3 games. Shoot to get hot, shoot to stay hot, brother. We'll talk soon.
All right, boys.
All right, thanks, man. All right, he's up. I didn't know. I'm like a space cadet. I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot I actually have to remove him off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can get out himself, but. So beauty of Nick Schmaltz to come on the show. Thanks Swish for the connection. I don't know what if you guys are friends or whatnot, but you know what? That really made me want to have steak and potatoes tonight. I just damn well might go to the grocery store.
Right, reverse sears, 20 minutes, 2 aside, cut it off.
All
in on the jaw. Folks, again, that was Nicky Schmaltz. Fella, thanks for popping in, talking a little Desert Dogs. Always good to have a friend of the show on. As we get back to the game here, 5:24 and counting. We have this Hockey Night in Scottsdale. It is Wide Open Wednesday, or Half Windsor Wednesday, as Rob Gooch has a tie on. Folks, 5-4 right now. Florida leading the Dallas Stars. And hey, you never know. 5 minutes here, folks. We could have something happen to get this thing tied up. But again, there's going to be one more TV timeout, if not 2. So keep firing away in the chat, folks. Again,
I'm your full spread eagle.
Oh my God, he looked like Big Country at Deja Vu, full spread. Wow.
I gotta figure out how to. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Nick is getting added to the fantasy squad now already. Swooped Ingram, he's a beauty. Yeah. No, he's a good dude, good chin, doesn't throw, but has a toe drag like no other. So, folks, again, keep asking us away. We see that game in Vegas right now at the St. Louis Blues has been a good match. But right now we have a great match here in Sunrise, and we're going to stay with this game. 4:25 and counting. Shots right now are pretty much knotted up, 32-33 in favor of your Florida Panthers.
Oh, how did
Oh my
that stay
God,
out? What a
that's-
play by Ryan Suter.
The beautiful game, Rob. The beautiful game.
He completely loses it. It's on his shoulder. Talk about a guy with a chip on his shoulder. But what a play by Ryan Suter, the old veteran, to get that thing out of there. 5-4 remaining. I think they're going to want to look to pull the goalie maybe a little bit early and be aggressive just because this Florida Panther team is that good. I think they're good. I mean, at least they've looked good tonight. This episode of Hockey Night in Scottsdale is brought to you by Butter Golf and Heat Daddy merch. If you guys like other content, the Live in 5 show is Swish's Pod, and I am also a host on Wet Jeans, a strictly NHL podcast. And we are...
Sorry, folks. I am firing out a tweet right now. I apologize. Just tweeting about selling the game over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale to kind of show people we'll pretend we're actually cool. So we had an NHL around. We got to throw it out there. It's a content game. Get Nick Schmaltz dialed in. Again, thank you for stopping on. 3:26 to go here in the third period. Dallas looking to even up the game in Sunrise, Florida. Again, if you're following along, 3:18 and counting as Aaron Ekblad makes a little dipsy-do right around the Discover sign just outside his own trapezoid. And Florida gets the puck out, sends it 200 feet, and I think that won't go for icing as Harley gets it back, plays it up the wall to Rope Hintz, who sends a nice little middle burger on his back end to Jamie Furta Ben.
Jamie Furta Ben.
Gustav Forsling sends it into his own end and gets that thing deep. We're talking, Mandingo deep.
Oh, Jesus. Shout out to Mandingo, friend of the show.
Manfurta.
Manfurta!
All right, I got to fire out this tweet.
I'll take over from here as Joe Pavelski kicks it out in front to Jamie Furta, who flicks it into the corner. That's a veteran dump right there. Good play by Florida goaltender to keep that thing alive. Bobrovsky and Sam Bennett gets the puck deep into the corner by the Enterprise sign. Shout out to Enterprise. We will pick you up with a car that most likely has Marty Brodor's jizz in it. Shout out to Enterprise. We'll pick you up. Shout out to Marty Brodeur. I wonder how much they were paying him for that contract. He must have been in dire straits financially, but that's none of my business as Craig Smith loses the puck and somebody just flicks it out of play. Shout out to the University of Miami and all the good chins down there.
Good chin. Fucks hard, throws
Someone
both.
said Florida is dog water, and someone else said the Stars are coming back. So we'll have to see. It looks like the chat is anti-Florida. Stick with us. We have 2 minutes to go.
Folks, we have 159 and counting as the assistant coach. I believe that is, who is that guy?
Who is that?
He was the player. I don't know who the bald guy here, but this is, God damn it, he looks familiar.
This guy?
Yes. Steve Spott. Okay, yeah, longtime assistant. Thank you, Boosh, for the apple there. He's obviously drawn up a play here for the 6-on-5. He's got Dutch's guitar, Robertson, Joey Pavs going to be in front of the net. Probably Sagan, maybe. Ben, obviously, and Miro Heiskanen. So Ottinger probably going to come to the bench here with a face-off being, is it in the zone? I was tweeting. Is it in the?
No, it's in the neutral zone.
Okay, so in the neutral zone. So Ottinger will come halfway through, about halfway up, and then if they can get this thing deep and go find it, well, we'll have the extra attacker coming in. And 159, I think anytime it just gets over that blue line, they can establish a little bit of a ground game, pull Ottinger, let's get to work, and let's see what we can have happen. And when you have a guy like Pavelski around the cage, nobody is ever safe. He could be tied up, and somehow he just lassos his stick and gets it free. So free bird Leonard Skinner.
You know what I just realized, Fish? I think your door has been open the whole time.
All in. Yeah, well, it's an open door policy over here, folks. Folks, if you want to pop in, it's North Scottsdale. I'm not giving you the exact coordinates, but if you can find where I live. Oh, I thought that was in.
He's got a listen for
Jamie Furta Ben. Imagine there's just someone sitting outside just listening to the whole commentary. It's like a radio. They're like, oh my God, you guys just described the game perfectly. Folks, again, following along, 90 seconds, 85 seconds to play as Miro Heiskanen gets it to Robertson. He sends it into the end wall along the white and into the yellow as Rope Hintz collects it to Dutchy's guitar, sends it over to Miro Heiskanen. He massages the puck. Dutchy, wow, crossed ice. Come on, baby.
Something on net here.
Oh, that was a good shot.
That
It
was a
hit
great
Ben, and
shot.
fucking Bobrovsky was leaning. That was in the cage. Is Kachuk even out there right now? Like,
No,
they got.
he might be hurt.
Yeah.
Is Kachuk banged up? Like 49. I think Burt Robertson might tie it up here.
Yeah, he loves Fortnite, so he could probably do it. Speaking of an absolute sniper,
Shout out to the 2020 NHL draft, which is maybe the worst draft in history because, well,
We
all
got-
those guys are playing Fortnite.
no shit. We got to get some pucks on the cage right now,
I
but
know.
Florida's doing an unbelievable job. They got a reverse diamond they're running
Ooh,
right
that's a
now.
hook. No?
They got a really good system going here with this Paul Maurice reverse diamond. It's tough to get inside any of these sticks right now. Like,
Oh, if that
What do you
got
do?
through, though, that's going in. Oh, my God.
God,
Just
Jamie Benn just dig it in there.
digging away.
Digger Phelps. Folks, we will take a couple other questions here. And just at the end of the game, just for the people, I know we had Nick Schmaltz on, so we weren't able to get to a few questions. But again, the Desert Dogs are hot as a goddamn pistol right now. They're 5-0, looking to extend their winning streak tomorrow. Live from the Mullet Arena, they're taking on John Tortorella's Philadelphia Flyers. Philadelphia actually playing a little better, a little above their skis for what they were projected this season by all the beat writers who never laced up the skates. So, Bob, we got 12 seconds left. We need a puck on a net, and I just don't know if they're going to get it because they
Yeah.
haven't shot anything in this.
I don't know what they're doing.
Oh, Pavelski with a tip. Pavelski.
And that's going to be the game.
That is the game. Is he going to get a chinky one here?
Woo!
That is the game, folks. Folks, we'll take one or two questions here, and then we'll see. Swish, thoughts on the Towel Man? Who's Towel Man?
Sure.
Hockey Night in Canada towel, unbelievable. Number one. Let's go to. I fucking love Hockey Night in Scottsdale here. Still waiting for the follow back on Twitter. I'll be in Scottsdale soon. Tommy Albert, fella, thank you. We appreciate that.
We appreciate the hell out of that.
Stars coming back. No, Colin Cap. Florida is dog water. Yeah, I like to call that dog chowder. Mandingo collab soon. All in. Are the old folks of Nodek going to be able to understand Jay Swish on the broadcast this weekend? They don't like a lot of spice on that broadcast or anything really. Chen 774. We'll see. I'm going to dumb it down for him. Low and slow, but yes, I'm going to bring that. I got to be myself. I'm an entertainer. But yeah, I will definitely dumb it down for the people, and I will articulate to the best of my ability. So, folks, thank you for tuning in. Swish, we need thoughts on Jordan Kyrou making 8 and a hook with only 4 goals. He's got to get something going soon. Agreed. Me and Rob discussed that, sitting on the glass, doing a content piece for the Coyotes on Saturday. So, yeah, I would agree. Kyrou's got a greater going. Tier high, let her fly, fella. Folks, I think that will probably conclude it unless you got one more. You guys need to sell Hockey Night in Scottsdale towels. They are coming, bro.
Hell yeah.
We just got to hit the road first, maybe tweak our logo a little bit so, the likes of Elliot Friedman and all those people at Hockey Night and Sportsnet don't come for our necks because pretty soon we're going to put them out of business. So, again, folks, 93.1 DJ Swish over here at the fella, Rob Gucci, a.k.a. the Heat Daddy. Folks from Wet Jeans and Live in 5 Pods, we appreciate you for tuning in. Again, we try to do this once a week for you, the people. That was a great game actually tonight, entertaining, a lot of goals. Chat was unbelievable. So even though Gucci was playing a little half-cocked, he managed to do a great job. And again, thank you for tuning in. We're just a couple assholes sitting on the couch, one in a suit, one with a fight strap on, and I actually have my skates on. My fucking feet hurt, so I got to take them off. We are going to cut it there. Folks, low and slow, look for me on Midco this weekend. Woo!